I don't care if you've been scraping the bottom of the Spider-Man barrel all night. If you up, smash that like button. Welcome to Black and the Black Times Infinity. I'm your host, the Blue Spider, coming to you live and direct from the Vista Smoking Out fam with all that dank shit on my left. Oldest ninja in the world, Old Ninja.
Free speech is only free speech until the FBI shows up at your door.
Saying. Facts. On my far right, engineering on the ones and twos, choke people out on the threes, post Chronos.
We changed the color of our house, and it's the color of blue.
Wait, so it's brown?
You live in a black house?
Is it brown or it's super blue?
God damn, super drunk blue.
Yeah.
Last but not least, we got your boy Blue.
Let me ask you this. Why is it okay for watermelons to have white seeds but not black seeds? Stay up, my brother.
What?
Because the white seeds are easier to chew.
No, it's white man trying to keep the black seeds down.
Oh, okay.
Damn.
Remember like that black man from every like gangster bug movie?
I mean, honestly,
dating a white chick.
this book I've been listening to has been like got me on sort of that level. It's like, man, Slavery by Another Name is a great book about how slavery didn't end in
65.
Yeah, it kept going until like World War I. In like the actual definition today, it's still going on in like the pretty much definition of people going into jail and being slaves. But this is like sort of the same thing, but even more slavery, and people just like cover it up. This is what they don't want you to know. This is why they're like, yeah, we'll just call everything CRT so they don't figure all this shit that happened in the past that we're still using again to this day. So
I like how we went from watermelon straight to racism.
Yeah, so that's pretty quick. We'll talk about something else.
Goddamn.
Burn them books.
Sorry, I was listening to it right before I hopped on the podcast. So yeah.
All good. Cronus, you usually have some statistical breakdown and analysis. What you got for us this week?
That I do. It's about white people. I'm just kidding. It's not. Lonzel. Yeah. Lonzel, thank you very much for listening. You're our listener of the week. We definitely appreciate it. And first in the chat, I kind of got to like bullshit for a second because I have to pull up other screens because YouTube a while back, they made it harder for me to like pull up the actual live stream as we're streaming, which is bullshit. Okay. Gian, what's going on?
Oh, what's up?
I haven't seen this dude in a minute. And he's like, fuck this show. You know what? Fuck you. All right, how about that?
I just saw Gian. No, I just saw Gian a couple weeks ago. I bought a shirt from him. If I didn't know, I would have worn the shirt. Thank you, Gian. I appreciate it though. I bought a Grogu shirt from him, like a little purple background. It's pretty cool. Nice. And we both got to hate on Prodigy, even though he wasn't there. So it worked out.
God damn.
Win-win. That's the best kind of hate when they can't even defend themselves.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's the best kind when they can't protect themselves.
Bastards. All right, Old Ninja, who are you pouring out for? Whomstead are you pouring out for, and what type of beverage is it?
This week I'm not pouring out for nobody. Gonna keep. I mean, I guess I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna pour one out for Twitter just that one time with some raspberry tea real quick.
Wait, you got iced tea?
Raspberry iced tea, not just iced tea, my dude. Yeah, but for those of you who don't know, our boys at Daniel and Gian talk shit because I ran into Gian and Daniel. They have their own like
strip club.
No, they have their own toys and collectibles shop. So they came out for a convention. I went to go see.
They're selling dildos and shit.
Actually, I think they had a Star Wars dildo, if I'm not mistaken. But they have some really good, like compared to a lot of the other vendors, they had like non-used stuff. They had like really like prime, like kind of some of it was a little exclusive that I saw, but it was
slightly used butt
condition.
Plugs.
What's up?
Slightly used butt plugs.
No, that was the other vendors. Their stuff
only
was in
two
the
owners.
Yeah, no, their stuff was still in the box. Yeah, brand new 2003. But yeah, they had some really good products. So hopefully he can post it in the chat. If not, we'll try to add it to the description. You can buy stuff from them online because they're operating. So it's pretty cool. They got some pretty good product.
They doing their bullshit out of SoCal.
Someone's garage. Yeah, they're doing that. Yeah, at a garage of SoCal for sure. Okay.
Well, shit. Apple started out of a garage, so
there you go.
True.
Yeah.
So did Microsoft, pretty much.
I mean, yeah, they started at a garage stealing shit. So
Yeah.
I mean, they stole Xerox's OS.
Mhm.
So and they had money.
Mhm.
Ben
I'm
had
pretty sure I think most of the stuff Gianna and Daniel's stuff is probably stolen.
Not only that, Bill Gates stole Jobs and Wozniak stuff and flew to Washington with it or whatever, and then moved up to, or no, I think he came to Cali and then moved up to Washington after he stole their OS.
Goddamn.
He stole apples.
Pirates of the Silicon Valley. Still a
I
good
love that.
miniseries. That was a good one.
Yeah, it's a good series.
Holy shit! So where are we gonna start? We're gonna start with the Twitter shit or no?
Well,
You kinda
actually,
set it up.
I got to start with something that's super fresh because I just like Cronus came off of the was it a podcast or audiobook that you're?
Audiobook. Yeah.
So I just came from the theater, and I just watched Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Oh, I heard
Oh,
good things about
yeah,
that.
the
Yeah.
Michelle
Michelle
Yeoh
Yeoh.
one?
Yeah.
Yeah, Michelle Yeoh.
Wait, before you continue, holy shit, YouTube is drowning their fucking ads with that movie. I mean, it sounds like a really cool movie, but goddamn, like every fucking ad that came up on YouTube was for that. I'm not bashing the movie. I'm saying like, goddamn. But continue.
Yeah, the movie's a trip, man. It's definitely an indie film. Like, if you've ever, to put you in perspective, if you've ever seen Amelie, Being John Malkovich, Adaptation, Life Aquatic with Steve Sisso, it's on that kind of level where it's like super weird, but like they have like an underlying message.
Does it have a decent like budget and effects, or is it all like character?
It's both actually. It's very character driven, but it have very crazy effects. They do some crazy shit. So one guy, he gets beaten to death with dildos. Like literally, he gets beaten to death with like a Shoto dildo and like a longsword dildo, and like all of his blood and shit is all over the fucking dildos. And then there's a fight where these guys have to use butt plugs to gain powers. Like literally, it's super graphic because this dude jumps in the air and slow motion.
You're in the right movie.
Spreads his ass cheeks to get a butt plug in his ass, and they blur that shit out because it's in slow mo. You can see his taint a little bit, and his Frankenbeans kind of wobbling and pixelated fucking shit, but he fucking gets a fucking butt plug up his ass.
Hold on.
I think you walked into the wrong theater.
Oh no, no.
Hold Ninja. We're not on Dick Fight Island anymore.
Oh,
you don't have to keep bringing
this
shit
brought the. I mean, the chicks are the ones using the dildo, so it's not that many dude. But the dude
you said taint and dick and balls and shit.
Yeah, he did. He had to get the butt plug in. He literally jumps over Michelle Yeoh to land on a butt plug to get fucking kung fu powers. That's how ridiculous but awesome this fucking movie is. It's definitely not. It's definitely kind of not for everyone because it's like. It's super weird because it's like it has this like whole chosen one, and you got to fight the evil person traveling across multiverses that are trying to kill you, and like Michelle Yeoh's character is trying to figure it out, like who wants to kill me that's from a different universe, and so she has to go through different universes through very weird like tech. It looks like 90s fucking Plantronics fucking headsets that like transport her consciousness to other realms and shit. It's super fucking crazy. But the film's also about family. So it has a very
shit, it's got Dominic Toretto's in it. Let's go into the universe. Oh shit, come after his family. That's a hard fight right there. I'm just saying. He's got cars and shit.
It's hard when you come about family.
He's got cars and Coronas. I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this has dildos and kung fu. So, just saying. They show that dynamic between mom and daughter in the Asian family, and I know all those people that were complaining about turning red.
I've seen this type of porno before. What happened with the mom and daughter?
It's one wonder swimsuit.
Yeah, well, no, it's not a swimsuit; it's a bottom dress. But still,
learn today.
But still, they show like family trauma, like from father to daughter, then daughter, mom to daughter, and how they kind of have a disconnect because of just generational issues and the abuse that they endure on each other, and then them trying to reconnect as a family. All that's kind of there, but there's still this whole weird like sci-fi multi-universe jumping and kung fu. So it tells the story of a family in the language of sci-fi and kung fu. So it's
With
a very and dildos and butt plugs. It's a very strange and odd like indie film, but it's actually very kind of touching and very very well acted by Michelle Yeoh. We get James Hong. It's back pretty much. If you don't know who he is,
he's the old Asian guy and everything.
Yeah, he's pretty much. But one of his better performers. Most people remember him from Big Trouble in Little China.
He's still alive. He was an old man.
Still alive. Dude, he's fucking pimping. He's still kind of whooping ass at like 90 years old. It's fucking awesome.
Didn't he just get his name on the Hollywood Star like a week or two ago?
It's long overdue. He's long overdue. He's been in so many iconic films, but he's usually the old Asian dude that's like yelling at people. But he's great. He's in Kung Fu Panda. He's in this shit. It's awesome. Watching his performance again is great.
He should have been in the first Doctor Strange. I'm just saying.
Yeah, he should have been the old one.
The ancient one. You know what? There's nothing I can do about that. But if you're really into indie films and dildos and butt plugs, this film's for you.
Okay, so you're high on this one, like a
still fresh. It was very strange. Oh, the meters is definitely for me. This is a 9 because this was wild craziness, but they managed to put a family drama in the middle of this really strange like sci-fi, and it's produced by the Russo brothers. Jamie Lee Curtis is in this.
How's that an indie film?
Because it's by the A24. I mean, you can still be a producer. You can produce an indie film.
But the Russo brothers, I mean, like they're
the producers, not the directors. The directors are.
But the producers come with the money, so.
Yeah, I mean, you can be a producer on small budget films. So
like literally 3 weeks ago, James Hong got his name on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. He's got a star, and he's done over 500 movies.
Damn.
It's $25 million for this movie. That's now an indie film?
That's kind
$25 million?
That's relatively small nowadays, I would say.
Compared to like a $250 million film.
I mean, that's a blockbuster, but I mean, I'm just saying an indie film, I'm expecting like nowhere near $25 million, like maybe 1% of that.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to do a film for less than 20. Not impossible, but hard.
I don't know. Hold on, let's what's that dude's name? Get Out. I wonder how much Get Out was.
Oh yeah, Jordan Peele. I thought that one was horror is dirt cheap.
I just need to know. Yeah, it's $4.5 million. Like,
yeah, that one was, but horror is always cheap. It's hella.
I mean, but still though, I mean this. I don't know. I think they're stretching what an indie film is, just because it wasn't made. I think they're calling it that because it wasn't like really made in America, and it's mainly Asian actors.
But isn't it the also like the studio itself that's involved?
Usually the studio, like Miramax.
Just because it's not a major studio doesn't. I mean, that's a lot of fucking money. Like, what is the definition of indie? I guess like maybe I'm misunderstanding here, but $25 million to me doesn't seem like an indie film, especially when you have like huge actors in it. Like Michelle Yeoh is not.
But Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou is also considered an indie film with a $50 million budget. So, and that had Bill Murray, Angela Bassett, Kate Blanchett. Had a bunch of stars in it, but still considered an indie film.
Well, sure. All right.
I'm pretty sure Gian is probably screaming at the screen right now.
I guess. Okay, so I'm looking at like nofilmschool.com, and it says that it's $10,000 and $25,000.
$25 million.
Well, that's for a new filmmaker. I guess it's okay. This is already all fucked up. It's already all muddy. But for me, when you're in the millions of dollars and you have somebody that's clearly a star of a film, she's not a nobody. I mean, these are big name people. Like I just don't understand how the fuck that's an indie film.
So
I know Gian is opinionated in that chat. He went to USC.
He hasn't said anything yet.
Dude, so I'm looking at James Hong's like filmography and stuff he's been in a TV show. If you could think of one TV show or one movie, this dude's probably been in it.
Yeah, and it's got
he's been in Batman. He's been in Ninja Turtles. He's been in fucking
X-Files.
He was in Troll Hunters.
So,
Mhm.
but also,
fucking on Netflix.
Jamie Lee
Goddamn.
Curtis is in this fucking movie too. So,
She is.
but it's
But
an indie
since
film, I
this
guess.
is so, I'm looking at the definition of indie film as a short film or feature length film that is made without a major studio or big production company attached, which this does not have. There's no
Dude, it's been in
major.
Godzilla.
There's no what?
There's no big major studio behind this. This is by A24. That's not a big
No.
studio.
I mean, just
Oh.
Wait, dude, I'm jumping all over the place. But remember when James Hong was in Revenge of the Nerds and he played
Yeah,
Snotty?
he's Booger Senior. He's in part 2.
I remember that.
Not in the first one.
Yeah, he taught Booger how to be more Booger.
He teaches him how to be more precise. And it's funny, when he draws his big snot, his eyes get all big and cross-eyed and shit. That shit was hella funny.
Sorry,
Revenge
go
of the
ahead, sorry.
Nerds. Fuck, man. That was a long ass time ago.
Dude,
They're
that
trying
movie
to bring
would
it
not,
back.
that movie would not live up to today. Like it would be
No.
canceled right away because technically the dude raped the girl.
Did I
See,
miss that?
the scene where he dresses up as Darth Vader and she mistakes him as somebody else, and he has
He's
sex
wearing
with her.
Oh, he eats her out. But
Oh.
that's still rape,
Yeah.
though.
yeah,
Yeah,
It wasn't consent.
if there's no consent, then that's a bad look. So
There's,
yeah. Okay.
there's a lot of shit that you can't make today. Like, if you go back and watch like a lot of really old movies, like I remember, I can't even say the conversation I was in because it was in a secret place where you can't talk about it. But I was somewhere with dudes, and they were talking about like some anti-LGBT shit about like pushing it on kids and stuff like that. Like, oh, why you gotta have them showing them their sexualities and kissing and shit? I was like, go back. Remember fucking My Girl? They were kissing in My Girl. They were like preteen. Nobody gave a fuck. You know what I mean? So just if you're gonna be like, oh, don't push sexuality, then it's gotta be on all of them. You know what I mean? Don't pretend all of a sudden that your stupid fucking fake moralities only cares about all sexuality. It's just say that you don't like gay people.
Yeah.
Like just be honest. Don't sit there and say, oh, they're pushing their sexuality on us. It's like it's nothing to do with that. It's just like you're not comfortable with seeing it. It's fine. Like it's not fine. You're a bigot, but just be honest.
And
But
they're
also-
fine with blood and guts, but not two people of the same sex.
Well, remember, I mean, there's been kisses in almost every Disney animated movie, like dating back from the 50s. Like,
Shit, even Looney Tunes. You got
Yeah.
fucking Bugs Bunny dressing up as the girl, kissing Emerald Fudge.
yeah, and there's a world of difference between a kiss and like a butt plug. You know what I mean?
Butt plug the gain kung fu powers. I'm just saying. I bet you they didn't complain about that shit, now did they?
Yeah.
Actually, they probably did because they probably say it was gay.
Well, then even any like live action show that a kid will watch, like That's So Raven or Girl Meets World, Boy Meets World, like they have relationships on there and they have like boys want to kiss girls and blah blah blah. Like the stuff is there. So
Yeah, but movies like Weird Science, you couldn't do today.
No,
Because it's a grown woman with 2 teenage boys, and she full on makes out with them.
yeah,
You
but
know-
she was only a couple of days old, so that doesn't count.
Yeah.
but actually, though,
But then again,
we live in reality, though.
God damn.
Also,
Yeah.
she used to be like super hot, and now she kind of fell off. But it's kind of sad.
I mean, I
Kelly
haven't-
LeBrock, I'm pretty sure that's her name.
I haven't seen her in
Oh,
literally
Steven
35
Seagal's
years.
ex-wife.
Yeah, she was on like
I wonder-
Celebrity Fit Club for a minute. And she was.
I wonder
like,
if James Hong was in that movie.
Damn. Holy fucking shit, man. Yeah, don't be a bigot while drinking your juice in South Central LA. You don't remember that movie?
Oh, she made a comeback.
I
All right,
do,
She, still
but
looks, she looks decent again.
She's still what?
Weird science.
Well,
She's
she
dropped
got
some weight.
she gained
died?
a lot of weight, and now
Oh.
she's lost a decent amount of weight. She looks. Oh, that's her daughter. Never mind. Actually, in this picture, she doesn't look so bad. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Actually,
looking
yeah,
at ones
especially
where she's
after-
dropped some weight. So
I mean,
it's okay.
that was early 80s, right? Or early mid 80s?
I thought it was
What,
late
like
80s,
80s.
early
like
90s.
86, 87?
something like that. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Well, it's been a minute. Yeah, that's all I know.
Hold on, their daughter, she's in the WWE. What the fuck?
Dude.
Oh yeah, this movie came out in '85. Oh, and
Okay.
RDJ's in it.
Well, the other thing that was cool about Weird Science was they had a TV show as well that I used to watch back
Yeah, I heard the show was shit though.
then. It probably
They have
was.
a re-
but-
Doesn't matter
I
when
just
you're
like
a kid.
yeah, exactly.
Didn't they make a remake? like Weird Science 2 or some shit?
I don't think they did.
Maybe. I hope they
I
did.
feel like there was a sequel. I'm gonna look it up and see.
Use that Google bullshit.
It could have been
Fine.
direct to tape. I'm sorry. Back then it had been tape,
Yeah,
VHS
exactly.
and shit.
Holy fucking shit.
Remember that shit? Like, remember what back in the day when it was like direct to home video, there used to be like a death sentence for any movie. But like now, I guess they're just called indie movies with $25 million budgets, and they get they just feel like, oh yeah, it's direct to whatever. But you know, I'm sort of kidding. But there are a lot of movies that are direct to home video that are actually pretty decent now.
Absolutely. And the other thing is, there used to be a lot of like theaters that would have the limited release of like some indie quote unquote movies. And you would see them only in like 1 or 2 theaters in the Bay Area, a few in LA, a few in New York, and that was fucking it. But I don't even know if they're still doing that bullshit.
Yeah, that's all. Paranormal Activity was that way. Paranormal Activity was that way. It was only in select theaters.
Paradise Titty. God damn.
I did. I caught myself. I was lost in the sauce looking at Weird Science.
Kid today's.
Yeah, there was a movie theater in Palo Alto that was that way.
Papa Bear has a very good point.
Yeah, I was
back then in the 80s or 90s, almost all the Disney sequels went to VHS.
And it's also
like all the Aladdin sequels, Little Mermaid sequels,
Lion King
sequel.
But back in the same time frame though, there's this thing called the Disney Vault. If you're young, this is probably something totally new you never heard of before. But you had to wait, like literally, this is how fucking ruthless Disney was. They released movies that were classics like Lion King, Little Mermaid, whatever, for like a limited time frame. And they'll put them back in the quote unquote vault. And then you couldn't buy it again for like fucking 2-3 years. You have to wait for it to come out of the vault to come back out so they could sell them again. It's like, bro, what the fuck?
And it'd be like digitally remastered with all new music performed by Elton John.
No, that was later on. Back in the day, it was the same fucking movie in those. Remember those VHS soft fucking cases that were kind of squishy and shit that are probably worth a lot of money now.
They are worth a lot of money. Holy shit! I couldn't.
For a couple of years because tapes are starting to disintegrate.
So are some CDs.
The thing that got me about Disney, it actually pissed my mom off quite a bit. I was a kid and too young to understand all the complexities to it. But they had no fucking business in the late 80s re-releasing in theaters Song of the fucking South. Like that.
Wow. If you'd have said that to me like 3 years ago, I'd been like, what's the big deal? Now I get it.
That shit.
Yeah.
Completely inappropriate. And even in the late 80s, people knew it was fucked up. And they were like, why? Well, we're just going to re-release this in theaters and get even more money from it. That shit was all kind of
get
bad.
Even more racist. Up. This is how people just normalize just racist bullshit. Like, why don't you just re-release Call of the Nation?
Yeah.
Exactly. Why don't you just show it again in the White House? Birth of the Nation, that's what it is. Just show it again in the White House. Why not?
It's called Sound of the South, digitally remastered with extra weapons.
Yeah. We made it color just so we made the blackface extra black.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, man.
Disney's got some dark fucking shit people just overlook.
Well, they didn't make Birth of the Nation. I just want to separate those two. They definitely didn't make Birth of the Nation, but Songs from the South.
Zippy doo dah.
And even fucking the original Peter Pan completely fucked up. So yeah.
Oh, you can't talk about that. Hey, Prodigy, you're too woke now. Come on, stop it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
They weren't the only ones doing that though with the Native Americans.
You can't talk about things that definitely affected your parents and definitely affects us to this day.
All right, guys. Are we going to get into the Twitter? The Twitter.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Go ahead and set it up, Grunts.
So apparently, Elon Musk has bought Twitter now, and people think that it's a good idea that he bought Twitter for some reason because he thinks it's going to bring free speech back. No, he's not.
Wait, hold up. I thought Twitter was a free app on Google. Like he didn't just download it for free like everybody else.
No, he bought it for like $44 billion. I think it was like $44 billion, something like that. Some large amount of money, and they were just like, okay, we'll sell, we guess. So Yeah, and like all these people on the right are just like, yeah, they're gonna have free speech again on Twitter, blah blah blah. I'm like, first of all, no, because there's already been like an exodus on Twitter because of this, and we'll get into some of that exactly why in a little bit, but there's a reason why. Second of all, let's just remember, I'm gonna bring up a story for you. This is totally true. You can look it up, Google it yourself. Earlier this year, Elon Musk offered to buy a user's Twitter account for $5,000 because this kid who was 19 years old was using public information to tweet out exactly what flights and private planes that Elon Musk was using when he was flying places. And he told him to stop because he wanted to make that private, but it's public information. Mm-hmm. And he did, and you can read the whole DM conversation back and forth, where the guy was like, "No, $5,000 isn't enough. Like maybe 50 grand." And then Elon Musk was like, "Nah, I guess 50 grand isn't enough. $4 billion though." That's okay. So yeah, if this bastion of free speech, if he wants to be so about free speech, then he shouldn't have a problem with that, right? It's free speech, except for when it has to do with your own personal safety, maybe. Yeah. So there are limits to free speech. This is like just lightly touching on the limits of free speech. Is like if you think that your private life should not be public, then you should have the right to make it private, right? So he probably isn't your bastion of free speech that you think he is. Also, stop standing for a fucking multi-billionaire. Just stop it. He's not a fucking self-made dude. I'm gonna shit on Elon Musk for a little bit, but I also want to recognize that yes, he has successful ventures. Okay, I'm using the word ventures for a fucking reason. He did not invent or create Tesla. He didn't.
Bingo.
He was a venture capitalist for Tesla, and he took over being the CEO for Tesla. There was two guys that actually created Tesla back in the day. The original Roadster was their model, okay? And they had the plans to make, the other models, and then he took over. So he didn't invent fucking Tesla. He wasn't some fucking crazy super genius. Don't get me wrong. He's a smart-ass dude. He's a smart dude. But his whole thing was to go into space and using his daddy's money because, again, he was not a self-made fucking millionaire or billionaire or rich person. His dad had money for, I think it was like gem mines in South Africa, and that's how he got his money. So just be honest when you talk about Elon Musk.
One quick caveat. I agree with everything you just said in terms of that background. That's a good setup, Kronos. But this was apartheid South Africa.
Thank you.
You need to make that point because a lot of kids and youngsters don't understand apartheid South Africa.
Well, break down apartheid South Africa, please, for the young people.
It's overt racism, overt laws that were completely anti-black. You couldn't. Literally, it was illegal to have yourself a Trevor Noah, who was a mixed race person. They would beat and terrorize anybody who was black. Ask Nelson Mandela, ask Stephen Biko. I mean, this was segregation on fucking steroids.
Goddamn.
By white people who had colonized South Africa. And it was brutal. It was directly in your fucking face. And the rest of the Western world, for the most part, supported it. Now, a whole lot of black folks over here in the 80s and early 90s were protesting against it. But it was an evil regime. I compare it to Nazi Germany, and I don't use that as hyperbole. It was hell on earth for anybody who was black living in South Africa. And that's the type of fucked up regime that was supported for years. People need to read up on it. I would have, and I've said it before on the show, I would have no problem with literally doing a Wolfenstein style video game, but instead of the Nazis, having the apartheid regime in it. That's how fucked up they are.
Yep, I totally agree. So yeah, that's where his money came from, was from that regime, and they were using money from, racist bullshit and having black people work in mines to get those gems. Let's just be totally honest. That's where his money came from. And so when people want to talk about Elon Musk, he started his life on third fucking base. Okay?
And really quickly too, just because some people think, oh, that was a million years ago. Let me fucking correct you. Let me fucking correct you. Everybody on this podcast was alive and conscious before apartheid ended. It ended in the mid fucking 90s. Not
Hold
that.
on. I do have a slight caveat. I might have been in the Lazarus pit. Just it's a little foggy, but I might have been.
Well, I'm checking out on NPR. It's showing that Tesla stocks took a giant fucking dive after Elon announced that he purchased Twitter. Tesla dropped $125 billion.
God damn.
I'm not surprised, but also it'll bounce back. But let me I want to paint a picture for everybody that's out there thinking, well, why is this a big deal to you, Cronus? I want you to go right now onto Twitter, go to the search page, and just type in the N-word. The whole N-word, not the saying the N- word. The actual word.
Yeah,
you know what fucking word I'm talking about. Yeah. Just type it in and just keep scrolling right now. Just scroll, see what you see. And then imagine what it's like if you're not from African descent, of being from African descent, as you scroll through all that shit. See all the racist motherfuckers are just waiting for somebody. Even though I'm not blaming this on Elon Musk. This is not his thing. I mean, I don't think this obviously wasn't, he didn't mean for this to happen, but it happened. And so I have to point it out. But just go through Twitter right now and just scroll and see how they were waiting for somebody of the quote unquote free speech to take over this platform, quote unquote, take over the platform, just so they couldn't fucking wait to drop the N-bombs, because there's a good portion of white people that they can't stand that they cannot have that fucking word. They can't stand it. And it's just, I don't fucking understand it. I don't fucking say it. But they can't stand that there's something that they cannot have. And it drives them nuts. And anytime they can get any sort of like semblance of me being able to say it or them being able to say it, like they'll just say it. And so this is where it's coming out of the woodwork. Is it okay for me to say it? And this is literally what they're saying in context. Is it okay to say the N-word now, like without saying the N-word? And it's just like, is that's their version of free speech, is to disparage people of African descent. That's their version of free speech.
And I'll just add anti-Semitic stuff.
Yes,
completely on there.
Transphobic shit.
Stuff against people of Asian descent as well. Because people like to say, "Oh, it's just a black issue." No, racist, evil, vile shit is. You pick your group, pick your minority group, and you'll see it. Go ahead, old ninjas. Sorry,
but so I've been doing this the last couple of days just to see, and it just keeps growing and growing, and like the most common one I see is like, oh, it's either can we say the N-word now, or thank you Elon Musk for letting me say the N-word. And they spelled it all out. Other people just put the N-word with the hard R and they copy it all the way through and they just post it. This one dude, he posted the Nazi flag with the N-word on top of it, and people were like, oh, this guy is putting out bangers. Like, they're congratulating this dude. And it's just like, I keep scrolling, and there's just more and more. Yeah, this is the second Nazi flag with the word.
It's a lot. Honestly, so Old Ninja, he posted in our like little internal chat like some screenshots of this shit, and I was like, "Is this fucking real?" It's like, this can't be fucking real. So I just put in the N-word on Twitter, and I was like, "Holy shit, 100% real,
very, very real,
100% real." And I was just like, "It's disgusting." And I just don't get me wrong, it's a minority of people, and people. I understand that it's a minority of people out there, but they're still out there, and it's a growing sentiment. If you look at America, and obviously the world, I guess, right now, because a lot of people were not even American, and it's a growing thing that's just making a resurgence in the world. And it's like, how do we stop this? You know what I mean? But people just want to say, well, it's free speech, and it's like, yeah, but it's like, this is not. So first of all, free speech in America has its limits. There are certain things that you can't say, and people just seem to forget about that. I went over this many times on the podcast. Like, you can't walk into an airport and say that I have a bomb and not expect somebody to arrest you, unless you're a congressperson, I guess. But there's a lot of things you can't say. Hate speech is one of those things. I would classify the N-word as hate speech, as well as a bunch of other disparaging terms towards Jews, people of Hispanic descent, a whole bunch of Asian American or Asians in general, a whole bunch of other ones that should not be used, in my personal opinion, and obviously through it's non-protected free speech, because you can definitely get a fine or even go to jail for using hate speech. So just people think that free speech means that you can say what the fuck you want to say. It does not mean that at all.
I really hope that Twitter keeps all these fucking receipts because, yeah, a lot of these fools need to be called out on the shit that they're posting. I mean, it's kind of hard to track users back to the person, but like a lot of people get caught up in this shit. Like 10 years from now, these people are like, "Oh, I was just trying to follow a trend, blah blah blah." Like I don't even know how the future's gonna go because right now, looking at America, things are just shitty.
Let me chime in on this though. This is an extreme example. I'm saying that up front. So don't go trying to say, "Oh, Prodigy, that roll your eyes, and that's never going to happen." Okay, so all the super duper free speech people, this is now or going to be possibly a private platform, private app, right? Open to the public, but privately owned, no longer on a publicly traded company with having the board of directors and all that other stuff, being on the stock exchange, all of that other stuff. In the extreme with free speech, you're going to see a whole lot of underage fucking porn shit, which is disgusting and disturbing. And you're going to see a whole lot of snuff bullshit, which is also disturbing in terms of beheadings and killings of real life people, live or videos of it. Disgustingly disturbing shit could also, unfortunately, in the extreme example, be classified as free speech. I'm not for any of that bullshit. Like, some shit needs to be fucking censored. I agree with Kronos what he's saying in terms of hate speech. Obviously, yelling fire in a crowded room and all that. You don't need to be acting a fucking ass online and giving license or encouraging people to just post whatever. I like to shit post, but not like that.
Oh, yeah. Since I'm back, I don't know what the call I guess dropped me because everything else worked. But I'm still scrolling about the N-word. Still going.
Still going.
I'm still on it because it's like one dude, he posted the Nazi symbol with like African colors in it.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and there's just other people are, like I said, thanking Elon. They're saying it's safe to use the N-word now. Thank you, Elon, for letting me do it. Other people are like, "Oh, I said the N-word, now give me likes." And they're getting like 100 or so likes.
Yeah.
As of a few hours ago.
Yeah, this is the thing that I don't. It's just it's crazy to me that it's like. This is my. I'm going to give you a small conspiracy theory. This is a Cronus conspiracy theory that may or may not be true. How come all of a sudden, Twitter moderators are just. Where the fuck are they?
Right.
They probably quit.
Like, seriously. I mean, before this, if you'd type in the N-word, you get very few hits. It'd mostly be Niger, the actual country in Africa. But usually stuff like this would just be, totally, blocked, or, they would have their shit banned or whatever blocked.
It has an automated system or something that would flag these and take them down.
Yeah, but this is like, these are days now where I've seen these posts are still up, and for at least the past 2-3 days.
I see some go back 6 days.
Yeah, and Nazi symbols with the N-word and all these things, and it's just like, Twitter, I mean, did you just stop moderating Twitter? Because before this, people got, banned and shadow banned and all this stuff for like way less of an offense. And now we're getting just straight up bigotry and racism on your platform, and you're just letting it go. And if you're letting it go just because Elon Musk bought your platform and this is how you show like what can happen, then fuck you. Like, keep doing your job and stop tainting this platform because you didn't like the guy who bought you. Like, if you have a problem with that, just quit your fucking job. I mean, maybe sometimes it's not that easy. I understand it's not easy to just quit your job, but still, like, you're affecting the lives of like a lot of people. But like, seeing this bullshit on your platform, it's going to make them want to leave. This is why you're seeing like a huge, maybe not huge, but you're seeing an exodus of Twitter because of shit like this. And this could have been totally avoided.
Yeah, if you were going to send a political message on Friday, you should have uncensored all of Fuda Friday. Like that's the way to really get back at the man. You know what I mean? Like just let all the Fudas thrive on that day. In fact, only Fudas.
You know what's interesting? I'm like trying to look up the new. I'm looking up news articles to try to see like is any of these news outlets covering this? Because this, I mean, this is kind of fucking huge. But no, dude, they're not. Like, I don't find any. I don't see any articles over this about Twitter and how users are using the N-word. I mean,
about that specifically.
Yeah,
just
I'm talking about that specifically.
Hold the fuck on. There's a person's. This is how I know that what I'm saying is probably true. This person's actual Twitter handle is N-word execution.
Yep, and there's a few of those.
And a post on the post he has on here is the N-word and a Nazi flag. Like, how the fuck did this how did this get through all the Twitter filters?
If you look, you should see. Did they just join? Because they probably just created that page.
Yeah, they did. It's what they've been around for a couple of days, at least a day. Like, dude, hold on, just go ahead. Sorry, just real quick. There are certain. It's super easy to program in. You cannot have a certain word as a username. Mm-hmm. Yep. This is fucking super simple to do. But somehow this person just slipped through the fucking cracks. And it even says on here, it says this tweet violated Twitter rules, but it's still up. Like, what the fuck?
The thing, literally a week ago, maybe a week and a half ago, Dirty Stu, our boy, got basically shadow banned for a profile pic that he had up. It was lewd, don't get me wrong, but he had it up for like 8 or 9, at least 4 or 5 years. Like, you know, I know they know how to fucking censor. I fucking filters. Kronos is not tripping off that. Like,
yeah, filters. So my first like search, when it shows the actual handle, this guy's N-word hater. That's his tag, but he's been on since 2020. But his whole page is all N-word this, N-word that. It even has a weird. His site is nword.com, which I know can't be a real site, but that's on there.
Oh, Jesus Lord!
But there's variations of this in multiple handles that are in the first scroll, 1, 2, the second scroll.
Okay, let's go back to MySpace.
Yeah.
Time to do this to us, man. Yeah, man. No, chat rooms were bad, man. You got called N-word all kind of ways in the chat rooms.
Well, the funny thing about the AOL chat rooms way back in the day, I didn't know what the word catfishing was, but we were all doing it.
Oh.
Yeah. I didn't catfish at all back then.
You didn't pretend to be somebody?
No. That was just a sad old dude.
Yeah,
that's fucking crazy.
So the real ones are like, Trump 2024, and they got F N-word, F word, F this.
So how long?
There's like a whole list.
How long until Trump's back on there?
So so he has his own social media, and apparently he's
bitch. Put that in quotes.
Well, yeah. I'm sorry. He has his own quote unquote his own social media. It's called. Well, I'm not going to plug it. Whatever.
No, you can because it's shitty. Isn't it called The Truth or something like that?
It's called Truth Social.
Yeah,
and you can download it from the Apple Store and on Android. But he said publicly that he's not coming back because he wants his own platform to flourish. He put his money into that. Why would he go back to Twitter?
He didn't put his money into
it. But
he put someone else's money into it.
Yeah, well, he put all the people who subscribed to his bullshit that he was charging $100 every fucking week. His cult
followers are waiting for him to come back to Twitter because they're like, oh, bring out the great one and bring out the great, unlock his account where we've been waiting for him 2020, 2024. Just like, dude, this is...
Well, here's a little fun fact. Trevor Noah on The Daily Show had talked about how his Trump's social network thingy, whatever. But he had mentioned that Trump have only posted only one time on that app or that platform, and that was 3 months ago. He hasn't posted anything since. How you gonna have a product that you don't fucking use? if you're selling drugs, that makes sense. But I mean, this is social media. You need to like, especially if you got followers and people want to hear your words. But I think right now their daily use counts is only at 50,000. So
well, this is actually one of the other problems that I had with like, besides, if Elon Musk wasn't buying Twitter to invest in it, which is, I mean, if he wants to buy it to invest in it to make money off of it, that's fine. I mean, that's what he does best. I mean, he's a venture capitalist. That is what Elon Musk is, a venture capitalist. He's not a fucking scientist. He's not a fucking crazy genius. He's not some fucking inventor. He's a venture capitalist. Okay? If he wants to make money off of, Twitter as an investment, that makes total sense. But as far as like him trying to make it into like, something beyond that to like get, right wingers in, like I don't think he's that guy. I think that if he made any sort of moves towards that sort of direction, then Twitter would lose even more people. Because, like I said, people are already leaving Twitter. Like we've lost Twitter followers already. A lot of other folks that are popular have lost Twitter followers. They're just people that are fucking famous that have millions of followers have just uninstalled it and just stop using Twitter because of this. And that's just because of the small maybe threat of what Elon Musk might do. But I don't think he's going to change much at all. I think the one of the changes that could be good that he can make, which anybody could have made besides, it shouldn't cost $44 billion, is an edit button. That doesn't cost $44 billion. Seems like a pretty bad investment if you just wanted to. But also, I don't fucking have $200 billion. So, maybe it's not a bad investment. What if I just wanted to fucking edit a tweet that I made fucking 13 years ago? And I couldn't do it. I didn't want to delete it. I just want to fucking correct one goddamn typo.
Yeah, but
$44 million is worth it.
Piggybacking on that is that a lot of people who are being fucking called out for some shit that they said in the past could easily go back and change that shit and say they didn't say it. So I feel like if you make a mistake when you tweet something out, just fucking delete it or unless they make it so it captures like the previous like edit that you make or like a history. So if they did that, that'd be fucking cool.
Blue, nothing you do on the internet can be changed. Okay, it's always out there. There's the Wayback Machine does a really good job. That's the easiest way is the Wayback Machine. So if you go on Google or Bing or Yahoo or whatever fucking old ass fucking search engine that you want to use, if you go to I think it's called the Wayback Machine, you can go back through the years and the times to see like what the internet was like back in the day, and they're not edited because they're all archived. So yeah, there's really no excuse. I mean, you can always find what somebody said originally.
True. We're gonna see. I mean, this got everybody up in a fucking tizzy and shit.
Wow, this guy. I'm sorry because I'm still been scrolling. This guy he changed his Twitter profile picture to be the N-word. And he posted a post that has some anime girl with "Make America Great Again" with the American flag. Yeah, I just haven't. And she's had her hand up with the Nazi symbol spinning around behind her. It's like how confused you have to be like be so racist, but also not racist by using anime as like your racist medium. Yeah, I kind of want to read this out, but I gotta bleep some of this stuff because this is the kind of people that are coming out of the cracks. So I'm just going to read this. I'm just going to heavily redact a bit. So this guy, he posted to the N-word, retard, F-word at Twitter support who will most likely be taking this down and having to look at this. Your gay-ass F-word hug box is coming to an end soon, and there will be nothing you can do to change it. Cry about it. And this dude, I mean, it has 11 likes, so not a whole lot, but, he's not the only one that I've seen post like this. And a lot of it is from the whole quote unquote MAGA crowd that are like, no, we're waiting for, Trump to be unlocked and all this stuff. But these people are posting tweets like this. Just all kinds of like racial epithets in it. And they're like, oh, you guys can't cry anymore. The left is leaving. Good. Now the truth can come out. Well, what truth? Like the only truth I can tell you is there's probably going to be more FBI agents on Twitter now with fake accounts with 12-year-old boys and girls and 17-year-old boys and girls that are on there. There's going to be probably more raids, more arrests.
Okay. Chris Hansen's going to be on there fighting all these booty warriors.
Yeah, probably.
Did they ever,
quick
is that
quick little thing.
still-
Business Insider posted up too that Trump only posted once on his social truth set. And the thing he tweeted out was shit. What did he say? He said, "Get ready, your favorite president will be seeing you soon," and that was 2 months ago.
Damn.
So yeah.
Did Chris Hansen ever like?
Did he die?
Is this show still on? Like,
I think he retired. Didn't he retire?
Okay.
Did he get stabbed or something?
I'm pretty sure he retired or quit or something.
That's cheaters.
I was watching that episode where that cheaters dude got stabbed. That first dude, I was like, what?
That's all bad.
Dude.
I'll never forget the cheaters episode where the girls dressed like Devo, and they tied the girl down with caution tape, and dude walked in on them, and she's like, "Well, this is the stuff I want in my life." He's like, "What are you doing? This is madness." She's all, "Well, this is what I want." I was like, "Oh my god, dude."
That was
wild.
It was a trash ass show, but goddamn, did I watch a lot of it.
Speaking of which, Maury is retiring, so all y'all that are afraid of those fraternity tests, I guess y'all can breathe easy now. So,
damn.
A lot of fast cameramans are out of work.
yeah.
Those guys.
All right. Old Ninja, what the fuck who is El Muerto? Muerte? And why are we doing
This guy, huh?
This is your boy. I don't know who this dude is.
It's always your boy to party.
Yeah, it's always.
This is
I don't
like
know
this is the
dude.
thing now. Apparently, so hold on. I don't know shit about this whole story, but I bet you he's a piece of shit. Go.
So El Muerto it's Muerte. Which
Muerte?
means it's the death. He's a Spider-Man character. Apparently, he's a Lucha Libre character.
Is he though?
I don't know. I've seen what he looked like in the mask. I don't even know the guy. The guy who's playing him is some Latino star. I've never.
I heard it was Bad Bunny. Now I had to look.
I don't know who Bad Bunny is.
So
I've seen what he looks like.
Songs. Yeah.
I probably know his songs, but
hold on. I think we do technically know Bad Bunny. He's in one of those Corona videos with Snoop or commercials with Snoop.
sure.
I thought Bad Bunny was that girl from the Maury show or something like that, or Dr. Phil.
No, that's Bad Baby.
That's Bad Baby.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right. Bad Barbie.
She's terrible.
Bad Baby. It's pronounced Baby. But no, I know that So I just watched it before I saw Everything Everywhere All at Once. He's in the new film Bullet Train, the one with Brad Pitt, and like he looks like Sacha Baron Cohen with an afro. That's what he looks like to me.
Gotcha.
So
he looks like God, that Little Dicky. He looks just like Little Dicky.
yeah, he's darker than Lil
like
Dicky.
a Latino.
Wait, Lil Dicky got afro too. You just got ginger
Yeah.
fro.
Like,
But this guy is a relatively new
Yeah, he's an artist.
comic person from 2013, 2016, and he's getting his own solo quote unquote Spidey film as Prodigy would say. I'm just like, why?
Hey, listen, if what's her name?
Madam
Oh
Web?
Jesus, no! I'm bringing up her name now. Naomi. If Naomi can get her own show on CW after having like a half comic book run, then I guess anybody can do it. So,
Yeah.
and don't get me wrong. Hey, before anybody's like hating on me, I like the first Naomi comic, but then it just stopped. Like halfway through, I was like, okay, I guess this chick is just fucking done. And then all of a sudden, they're like, "Oh, she has her own show." I was like, "Huh, that's
She has
interesting."
her own show.
That's
Which
okay.
I've
And then all of a sudden, it was season 2 of that thing, which is this is what DC does to like shortchange minority groups for all their comic books. Is that they'll do seasons. So if you pick up any comic that says a season on it, I can guarantee you that it's a minority character. They're gonna be black, Latina, gay, whatever. They're gonna do a season run to see like how well are white people gonna receive this in America. And if it doesn't do well, then they just cancel it. So
Case in point, and I loved it. The Green Lantern with Sojourn. What was her name?
Oh yeah,
the
with what's her name?
the crazy chick, right? They're ring like try to like kill people. Is it like
No.
Sylvia Rodriguez?
No. The Black Green Lantern girl.
Oh yeah.
shit, okay.
I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about.
Uh-huh.
She had the crazy fucking
the Janelle Monáe chick.
Exactly. That was a good example.
But hold on, what they said on release, it was a limited series when they started.
This is to my point.
Yeah. Exactly. And then they did it with Mr. Terrific quite a few times as well. In
Black
terms
Lightning.
of the Terrifics. Black Lightning, yeah.
They did it with Shock, the new seasons of, Static Shock.
Yep. So yeah, there's certainly a fucking pattern there. But this
character looks dope.
Are you talking about the Muerto?
Yeah, I'm like, no. The Black Green Lantern, Black female Green Lantern.
Yeah, it was so here's my thing. That was one of my favorite Green Lantern runs. Like full stop. I love that one. I was reading that one to my daughter. It was fun. She had some different power set. Her ring, she was on an alien world the whole time. She wasn't on Earth pretty much at all. And it was just really well written. It was, to give a shout out, it was written by N.K. Jemisin, who's a black sci-fi writer who's really award winning. Like she's written a whole bunch of powerful sci-fi books. But it worked quite well. It really did. And I wanted to see more of it. Like I said, I thought she had more personality than even, Jon Stewart or Hal Jordan.
Yeah, it was the same thing.
HBO back was going to make a series for it back in 2020, but I guess it just fell through. I guess COVID probably was the reason, but
there's a couple of reasons. Okay, just beyond like the COVID thing. So around the same time, they also had Green Lanterns, which was Jessica. What was her last name?
Cruz.
Jessica Cruz, and I forget the dude's name.
Simon Bass.
There you go. Fucking Prodigy is on fucking point tonight. Thank you. I've been drinking. Simon Baz, who was a Muslim, and then Jessica Cruz, who was of Latino descent. She's also agoraphobic. And so that was like, that might have been too much for like a lot of people. And then you had Sojourn, who came up a little bit later, and then plus the Latina girl who had like some crazy fucking Green Lantern powers.
Yeah.
And I think I have her. Oh shit, it's right fucking here. This is her right here.
Oh,
and well, she didn't really have a ring, and it was like a really weird thing. I need to finish this comic because I pulled it out because I've been archiving my comics and then trying to like catch up on some ones that I need to catch up on. But yeah, she was an interesting character too, which I think Sojourn was actually trying to help her out. But the comic was called Green Lantern. It was like a lot. So if you're like a traditional Green Lantern fan, the past like 5 years were probably like, what the fuck? But if you're more open to like reading about new characters that are kind of cool, even if you think about Green Lantern in general, it's different people,
yes.
And so if you're open to different people, you're fine. But I'll have to give a concession. If you have like 5 new Green Lanterns in 3 years, it can be kind of a lot.
Yeah. So, absolutely. I agree with
I'm looking at her origin story, and it's pretty fucking dope. Like, they cover like 9/11 and the whole Black Lives Matter. Like, basically, she was a cop and she went to turn somebody in, but apparently she was fired because somebody tagged her in a Black Lives Matter post.
Mm-hmm.
And then I guess after that she went into depression, and that's when she kind of received the ring.
They did some very unique stuff with her ring, and again, I like the fact that it wasn't Earthbound or whatever. It was a solid run. It was one of my upper echelon of Green Lantern comics or whatever. So I give props to that. But to Cronus's larger point, there's some fuckery going on. They're just fucking.
I wanna reel it back to the first of all, we fucked up his name. The character's name is El Muerto. Yeah, El Muerto.
Muerto? Yeah.
So the guy, Bad Bunny, he's a musician, but he's also a professional wrestler.
Shut the fuck up, really?
He's a professional wrestler from Puerto Rico. He is Spotify's most streamed artist.
Wait a minute.
2020.
Is Gian still in the chat? How come he didn't tell us about this Puerto Rican awesome fucking wrestling artist?
He's probably been screaming in the chat.
We also fucked up because when somebody says Puerto Rico, you got to go, oh! That's some 90s shit right there. Early 2000s, some club shit. Puerto Rico, oh!
So this guy was in F9. He's in F9 and he's in Narcos Mexico. So
I always heard good things about that Narcos Mexico. I wanted to fucking watch that shit. I need to go back. But anyway,
so
here's the thing. We don't know enough to technically hate because almost nobody's read this character in the Spider-Man comics, and he hasn't been in very many comics either. Like the deep fucking Spider-Man super fans, I think, found 2, 3, 4 issues with him. It's like it's a handful.
This is the crazy thing, all right? This is what the problem is with like the mainstream people that don't read comics. When there's a new character in comics, that is a fucking huge deal in comics in general, and it's worth a bunch of money. Like, if you make any new character in any fucking comic book, and they're even a marginally fucking successful, it's worth a bunch of money. I'm gonna talk for a second, and I'm going to show you in a second what I'm talking about.
I got a perfect example while Kronos grabs something. Punchline, brand new DC villain, really. Joker's new girlfriend,
new bae,
bad as fuck. And to me, she went toe to toe with Harley Quinn. And I was like, you know what, DC, you're fucking up. You could put this girl in an animated series and some live action down the road. I mean, you could do almost anything with it. I could already see the cosplay immediately, like off the first comic issue. I was like, oh, she's gonna get cosplayed. What you got, Kronos?
She probably already has.
Sorry, I was trying to find like my Black Panther. There's a Black Panther that came out recently. It was number 3, I think. And it was a new character. I forget his fucking name, but it's worth a bunch of money for some reason because there was a new character at the very fucking end.
Oh wow! Okay.
And that was a huge deal. So I'm pulling out like my comics that are like kind of rare and like worth money that I know of. This is a cool like Berserk comic that I think this is the one from Cape and Cowl. One of the ones.
That's good shit.
Okay.
Let me see here. It's another fucking Cape and Cowl thing. It's just like from Deadpool. This is a Cape and Cowl one.
Oh yeah.
These are new ones. I'm kind of showing off, but let me pull out this one. Here we go. I had no idea that Hell Arisen number 3 was worth so much fucking money. I bought this comic and I had no idea. It's not a normal pull, but this is like one of the first issues that had a full shot of what's her goddamn name? She was Joker's.
Probably just mentioned her.
Punchline?
No.
Punchline.
Yes, Punchline. This is like Punchline when we first see Punchline was in this, and it's worth like a whole bunch of money now. It's like it was fucking crazy. It was just crazy. Like you have no idea like which comics are going to be worth money based upon like a new appearance of a character. So people talk about they complain about there's some new character. Blah. Shut the fuck up. All right, because you need new characters. We don't need to have the same fucking old characters doing the same old fucking bullshit. I mean, it's cool to like have them, like for traditional sake, and I enjoy reading like a lot of these stories. But you need new characters to interact with these old characters to make new stories. Yeah. That's the way it is. There's a new Hulk. The Hulk has a fucking Hulk right now. Did you aware of that? His name is Titan. He's fucking dope. I'm pretty sure the comic that I have that has the first appearance of Titan is gonna be worth some money. Because it's a really interesting story about how he came to be. But it's these non-comic book readers that want to complain about, diversity in comics, that just don't get it, and like racist comic book readers that want to talk shit about diversity in comics. Like, listen, if you don't have diversity, first of all, we're talking about fictional shit. Like, and if you're an adult, like, first of all, you're just reading made up shit. Like, so why does it really affect you? I read books all the time. I read comics, obviously, a shitload. Like, when you look in the background of my office, you're seeing 6 long boxes, but that's nothing. That's not my comic collection. My comic collection is like over there, and it's oh, Jesus Christ! It is 6 by 5 long, short boxes long.
Yep.
So it's a lot of fucking comics that I have that I read, and some of them you might not like, but I'm not gonna not like a comic only because the person's gay or the person's white or black, or it's like, is the story good? You know what I mean? Like, that's the main thing. Like, is it enjoyable? But people are just dicks.
Dude, I read up on that on the Hulk, and I was like, holy shit, this is fucking dope. Because basically, because Bruce Banner is taking control of internal. Oh no, Hulk is like some kind of like
he's
a
a fucking spaceship.
Like
no, the Hulk is a goddamn spaceship. Fucking Bruce Banner is more dangerous than the Hulk. He made the Hulk into a fucking spaceship.
And like he can control like the power levels, right? Like he can go from like a 1 to a 10 or something like that. And it's the first time Hulk ever goes to a 10.
Look at the creativity.
I'm sorry, that was a 9.
Yeah.
When Titan came out, that was a 9.
Look at the creativity. That's what it's all about. That's what the whole thing with, Stan Lee and Ditko and all the other, Jack Kirby, all of these greats, it was their creativity and their art form and their writing all together that made it fucking happen. Be wild. Take an existing character and do some wild shit. Kronos was telling us in the chat earlier today that Hickman, one of our all-time fucking favorites, is going to be writing Moon Knight. Now, I'm not a big Moon Knight guy, but I fucking love Hickman, and if Hickman's doing something with him, I'm curious enough to fucking try it. You know what I mean? Because he's just that brilliant of a fucking comic book writer. So,
Yeah, because the TV series isn't doing it for me.
Yeah, and the TV series is a whole nother animal. But if you like a comic book artist, Kronos told me a whole bunch of times, hey, you should be reading Donny Cates' Venom. Absolutely fucking spot on, right?
Yeah.
Thor with Donny Cates. Like, if you like certain artists or writers in the comic world and they're taking on either existing or a new comic property, you might want to pay fucking attention. That's what I'll say too.
Yeah, it's like the Donny Cates thing. He kind of snuck up on me because I've been reading some of his comics for a while, and then I started noticing like all this guy's books are like really good. Yeah. And then he came out. I think he did Crossover, and that's like one of the most like meta fucking comic books ever. Like it's there's never been, I can say this with certainty in my own life, I have never read a comic book more intertwined with reality than Crossover. Like, it's fucking insane because not only is it like stealing from like real life and comic books and like weaving them in together, but then also like he magically gets to just like pull in other comic book writers into the book as like a real character, plus his old characters into that comic book, and it's fucking crazy. Crossover is like, it's one of the best comic books out right now as far as I'm concerned. If y'all aren't reading it, and then Saga's still up there also. They just read. I put Saga kind of far behind Crossover only because they had like a goddamn 3 or 4 year layoff. So yeah, that was disappointing. But it's great comics though.
I'm gonna order Crossover right after this.
It's so good. It took me a minute to like, oh shit, like this is like really trippy, but like really good. Yeah.
Hot shit, man. We're all over the fucking place. But yeah,
that's how we do it. It's Black Times Infinity, baby.
Titty means. What I'll say is we'll see when they fucking come out with a trailer. And here's the other thing too. I want more Latino and Latina fucking Marvel and DC characters or whatever on the screen. They don't have fucking very many of them. You know what I mean?
I can name two. There's only Jaime Reyes and the dude who's the Ghost Rider.
Well, you're talking about like just way more, but
yeah.
Well, no, those two are the first two that pop in my head because those are like kind of popular characters.
It's like Blue Beetle.
For me, I'm waiting for Blue Beetle, Reyes, just right? Cruz. Yeah,
but don't forget the big one that everybody gets confused. I mean, Miles Morales technically is too.
Yes.
Yeah.
What about the Crow? Is he?
Is he a comic character? I think afterwards.
Was he a comic character? The Crow.
The Crow. I guess I feel like the Crow depends on like what happens. It's like the Spirit of Vengeance goes into the nearly departed, and like apparently it changes from person to person. So they're doing a new Crow film with the guy who played Pennywise, one of the Skarsgård kids.
Whoa.
Yeah, so he's the new Crow. Even though I remember back in the day, they were trying to reboot it with DMX. I was like, if he shows up to set, I'll watch it.
Also, DMX had medical issues even before. Like, he had serious medical issues, but he was. Yeah, I feel bad for that dude. Anyway, that's depressing. Away, right? Talk about something else.
So I gotta drop this.
Passed away, right?
What?
Wait, what?
DMX passed away, right?
He did pass away.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
He just recently passed.
But he had serious medical issues even before he passed away.
Yeah.
That people just like kind of covered up. Like, yeah.
He's just barking.
It
So
wasn't-
there's some news that I'm super excited about. We're finally, after decades and decades, going to get a Robotech live action film produced by Sony. This is going to be a Sony film.
Did they
with,
always own? Did they always own Robotech, or did they just get the
No,
license?
this is a recent thing because Robotech was Harmony Gold, and Harmony Gold was super kind of controlling, but is also owned by an entity in Japan. I can't think of the name. That's why they were in a court battle for 30 years, and they just settled last year. Was it last year or 2020? I think it was last year. But the director that they got is Rice Thomas. He was the, I guess, series lead, or one of the directors in the Hawkeye Marvel's TV series. So we'll see. He directed the first, second, and final episode of the Disney Plus series. But now he's going to helm the live action film for Sony. Deadline's reporting.
I can't. I can't hold my breath. I like Robotech a whole lot. Robotech was one of the first anime I ever fucking watched as a goddamn kid.
PBS.
Yeah.
For the win.
I just usually 99% of the time these live actions don't fucking work out as well as we all would love for them to work out.
Well, especially when it's like American
Yeah.
adaptations of anime. It's like,
Yeah, I mean we've done this for what 6 years now, 6-7 years. Go back and rewind the tape. Almost all the time we get excited. We're like, oh yeah, this could be cool, and 99% of the time it's like complete nutter shit, and we're all fucking disappointed and mad.
You know what's crazy?
So I hope it breaks the streak.
This is what's
I hope
crazy
it
to
breaks
me.
the streak.
I'm thinking about it. Japanese people do a better job depicting black people than American directors do depicting anime.
Facts. Complete facts.
So all I know is I hope Mei's not in this fucking movie.
She has
I'll
to
think about it
be.
too.
Fucking
Yeah,
bitch.
she has to be.
Oh, she was the fucking giant, the most. She was the goddamn cock tease. God damn, I hate that bitch.
But dude,
I think every time I see somebody cosplayer of her, I just want to drop kick her.
Are they 200 pounds? Got to get the bat.
Nah,
Saying.
if it's Mei, she's getting the drop kick.
All right, so listen. I feel like
Rick
somebody's
Hunter, that was
gonna
the
do
guy's
like
name,
clips of me, like
Mhm.
someone's gonna do clips of like me and Blue talking about violence against women.
But yeah,
We're just
That's
kidding. And
terrible.
unless Blue is drunk, there's criteria. Okay, if Blue's drunk,
God dang.
if she's 200 pounds, and if he has a bat,
no,
Yeah.
if she's she's a threat to me,
There you go,
that's when
4.
it comes into play.
you got.
I don't do it out of nowhere.
There's 4 things. All right, that have to
I'm
happen.
not just out there pinata and
If those 4 things happen,
Big
then
girls.
it's acceptable.
Dang.
It's not
Self-defense.
acceptable, but
oh
especially
my
not with a
God.
fucking bat. Jesus Christ.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
maybe.
We will-
check yourself.
So we will fucking see on the Robotech. I also heard
God, Mei.
on sticking with Sony a little bit. We're gonna get. I didn't see this movie last year, but I really wanted to. I think Stitch and Old Ninja liked it. We're getting a new Ghostbusters Afterlife sequel.
Oh yeah, I thought
Yeah,
It's a great
dude.
movie.
Afterlife was so good. It
It
was
was
so
really good.
good. So good.
Did they set up a sequel, kind of like towards the end with a teaser?
I didn't know.
So it's open.
Not
I mean,
really.
any movie that you make, you can make a sequel off of if you really
That's
want to. So you
Mhm.
know,
Very
I mean,
true.
unless all the characters fucking died,
Oh yeah.
or you
No, they
made,
could
or it was like
make a
Human
cartoon
Centipede
of it.
2, where you could definitely not make any of those ever again. I'm just saying, don't watch Human Centipede 2. Human Centipede 1 was kind of funny. 2 is not funny at all. I'm just
No,
saying,
it's not.
you could definitely
seen
go your
2
whole
yet.
life and not watch it, but definitely watch it and then complain about it to me.
have a party. Invite all your
Oh
friends.
yeah.
Yeah,
Have a potluck. Have
no,
your friends
not
over.
even just have a potluck, have some really good food and shit, nice drinks, and then watch a movie about some dude jacking off with barbed wire, and then horribly trying to sew together assholes and fucking mouths and shit.
Mouse.
I'm just saying, you could definitely
Who
do
would-
that.
and killing newborn
Wait,
babies.
with your kids
that
in the
baby
house, just saying that are young, definitely below the age of 3.
Who would do such a thing?
I don't know. These kids,
You
Your
almost
crime
made
makes
me
my
spit
pee
out my
hard.
yak.
first initial C, last initial P. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I almost spit on my yak. He's like, who would do that? Who would do such a thing? I'm like, oh shit, my screen. Spit on my yak all over my screen.
We didn't even get to the third one. Anyway.
Anyway, but hold on. There's somebody in the chat that's actually waiting for us to talk about a very specific, not Pacific, specific subject. I did the whole like weird thing with my hand. I hate doing that shit. Anyway, y'all can see it if you're listening. Amber Heard and Johnny Depp.
Oh, yeah.
Have y'all been paying attention to this fucking trial?
I have via Twitter.
This is I've been watching some videos. This is like, to me, we talked about it like a while back of how Johnny Depp probably isn't a piece of shit. Maybe he probably is on like a certain level, because everybody is on a certain level. We're all kinds of pieces of shit.
Most celebrities are.
I mean, most people are pieces of shit.
Yeah.
On a certain level.
Look at Twitter.
Yeah. Like, you say the N-word with the swastika and all shit, you're definitely more than a piece of shit, but he ain't that bad. Like, watching the video and like the audio evidence with him and Amber Heard, it's like shit that I think both me and Prodigy, like, we were kind of privy to before, because I pay attention to that more than I probably wanted to admit to. Like, this guy getting, mainly because like I got fucked over in a divorce, like real bad, but like probably like close to $100,000. Actually, no, more than $100,000 in a divorce.
I was about to say, I know it's more than that.
Yeah, it's way more than that. Just getting totally fucked over with like false allegations for like bullshit. And seeing him fight back, like actually getting some fucking traction on this, and like having all the evidence come out and people like actually like viewing it and being it being like live streamed. Like usually I'm not for like live streaming
court stuff.
Court anything, but in this instance I'm like, look, listen, you accuse this dude of doing some horrible shit, and he has evidence, and he has fucking facts. And yeah, the guy did some drugs. So did you. You shit in his bed. You cut off his fucking finger, like part of his finger, and you did like a lot of fucked up shit. And it's just like watching all that shit come out, and like the thing for me is like watching the guy. Did you watch the psychiatrist?
Yep.
Like just like put her on blast. Like, yeah, she doesn't have PTSD, like at all.
Oh damn.
Look, I'll come out and say it. Obviously, I don't know her personally, but I feel like I can still say this. She seems like a pathological liar. And she also seems like a giant cunty piece of shit in terms of being truly abusive. You know how we went off on Ezra, and Ezra's a fucked up human being. This woman is way worse. Like, she should not be a movie star. You should not be looking up to her as a celebrity. I think she belongs in prison, not even just jail, serious prison. And, I think Johnny Depp deserves his fucking justice, too. Like, that's the thing. The guy, yes, a weird celebrity. Yes, I get it. There's a little bit of weirdness with him. But he's not an abusive piece of shit. And he's been a celebrity in Hollywood since, like, the early 80s.
Well, he's been a celebrity since he was 20.
Yeah, I mean, he's dated all kinds of people, of women. Yeah,
he could have dated people. He could have went both ways, maybe.
Whatever. He's dated a whole bunch of people. He's married. He's done whatever he wants. What you have not ever heard prior to Amber is anything close to Johnny Depp being a toxic piece of shit, an abusive piece of shit. You just haven't. And so the fact that people would automatically believe her over 40 years of fucking history, you know what I mean? And if he was a piece of shit, the tabloids would have no problem exposing that, and I wouldn't defend him at all.
Girls been coming out left and right.
Yeah, you would have heard Winona Ryder jump out. You would have heard Shannon Doherty or whatever. Well, he's had like all kinds of females would have said some shit.
But we're also just like ignoring like a big elf in the room is that when she first made those allegations, it was at the height of the Me Too movement. Yep. The height of the Me Too movement.
Correct.
And she like sort of, at least for like some men, derailed the Me Too movement.
Yep.
Because she came out there talking about like he did all this and that, and that shit didn't happen. And she literally cost this dude millions of dollars, and I'm not exaggerating at all. I am not exaggerating. Cost him millions of dollars His defamation suit, I think, is for like $50 million. Honestly, he could have went after her for like $200-300 million.
Yeah.
And now, to me, that'd be reasonable, because he was, before she accused him of this shit, he was the Pirates of the Caribbean guy. He had a role in Harry Potter. Yep. Those two roles alone are like a good $300 million. Easy. Fucking easy.
Easy.
And then, like, speaking of like Pirates of the Caribbean, like, he had mentioned how he would never play that character again just because Disney did it wrong. Like, once this all came out, Disney was like, you know what, you're fucking fired, basically. And like, he started losing jobs and works, like project like Kronos would kind of touch on. But like, yeah, Disney really did him fucking dirty, and they didn't wait for any proof to come out. They were just like, you know what, we're cutting ties with you, and that's just how it is. And it's like,
so yeah.
Well, and the flip side is real quick. The flip side is true too, in terms of, yeah, Disney did that, but Warner Brothers promoted the ever-loving fuck out of Amber Heard. She was in a $1 billion movie in 2018, Aquaman. She was in Zack Snyder Justice League. She's in, because it's already filmed, Aquaman 2, despite a whole bunch of people, and the truth coming out about who she is. Warner Brothers was like, nah, this is our leading lady.
That movie's gonna bomb now. It's going. I'm a Negro Domus for you. It's gonna be one of the worst modern. It's gonna be the worst DCU movie. It's gonna be the worst. As far as like money wise, it's gonna be the worst.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna fucking watch it just because of that shit.
Yeah.
I feel like he's suing her for the amount of money that he lost from Pirates.
No, that's not that much. No. He did not lose $50 million off the Pirates alone.
Or the next project?
That's not even. He lost way more than $50 million. Way more than $50 million.
Yeah, correct. Yeah,
I'm trying to look to see how much he made in the last Pirates movie.
Look at how much he made in the last Pirates movie, and look how much he made off the last Harry Potter movie.
Yeah, and it's not just his salary. He was probably, because he's one of the leads.
He gets revenue.
Yeah, revenue and points and merchandise sales and all that other stuff. Like, he's a superstar. You know what I mean?
So someone's got a question in the chat. So first of all, I'm gonna preface this that this person said crazy pussy's good pussy. Would Prodigy still smash?
Damn it!
Where's the snail trail? I'm just saying.
So we know for a fact that she will shit on your carpet.
So here's the deal. You know what I mean? I might be thinking with my dick. I mean, she's not a bad looking woman. But she's evil. I shouldn't do it. No, down boy. Don't do it.
So for all of you that are listening, that's a yes. Damn.
Fuck.
So Johnny Depp, when he did Alice in Wonderland, he got paid $68 million for that movie alone.
Yeah.
And that was, I'm trying to see what's the, oh wait, nope, sorry. So in Pirates of the Caribbean, he got paid $55 million for Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides.
Yeah, but there's all that
That's the last one.
And then what about Harry Potter? How much did you give him for that shit? Because he lost both of those roles.
Yeah. And again,
and any future role.
Merchandise.
Yeah, and
toys.
Yeah. And that's it's merchandise plus like the actual like the sales in the theater. So when you're looking up like what he made off the movie, they're not adding in the actual points off of like the sales of the movie.
Yeah.
It's just like his lump sum.
Yeah.
So it's just like me saying like I make, X amount of money a year, but I don't include any of my bonuses. It's like, that's my base salary, but
and Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest, he made $100 million.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Big buku money.
And that does not include what he made off of like the revenue of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to see what he did. I think this thing shows how much he made off of revenue from the movie.
They're not going to disclose that.
Even that would be like just speculation.
Yeah.
I
think the movie made over $300 million. I think it says, yeah.
So
I guess his grand total from the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise, that the movies he did total up to $300 million.
God damn.
I think he only did 3 movies, so that's a lot of fucking money.
Pirates Caribbean is like 4 or 5 movies.
With him in it.
Oh,
He's in
only
all
in
of
the
them.
first 3.
I think he was in all of them, dude.
He's in all of them.
Well, on here it just shows trilogy. Just for A World's End, on Stranger Tides, and the first one.
Oh, all right.
All right, it is what it is. I'm just saying though. Yeah. Fuck Amber Heard all the way fucking around. She belongs on Oahu with fucking Ezra. That's who.
This kind of reminds me of what happened to with Chris Hardwick, because he had some not. I mean, it wasn't on this fucking level, but like his name was dragged through the mud, and like the studios were fucking they dropped his talk show and this and that, and then the fucking truth finally came out, but they were like they picked it back up, but his shows came back, but
and nobody's talking. And the crazy thing is, I mean, we're talking about it, but there's been like no public apologies. There's been no, the studios don't come out and like pay them again or say, oh my bad, or there's none of that shit. They're just like, oh, fuck you, I guess. Now I'll give you some money afterwards, but now your name is diminished. So I'll just give you an example. You can build 1,000 houses, but you fuck one goat, you're known as a goat fucker.
Oh, forever.
So
let me give you one other huge example that's near and dear to my fucking heart that you guys all know, and most people fucking swept this under the rug because it was, again, at the height of the Me Too movement. Dr. Neil deGrasse Tyson was accused of absolute utter bullshit. I remember talking about it on this show at the time. I was like, I don't believe this for a fucking second. I think whoever made these accusations are crazy. He had his Star Talk show and Cosmos put on hold, on hiatus indefinitely, stressing out his family and all that other stuff. Guy didn't do a goddamn thing wrong, but people started believing allegations because of the zeitgeist of the time. And nothing was true, but no apologies, it fucking hurts people. It's ruining reputation. You talk about First Amendment, blah, blah, blah. Well, this was malicious fucking speech against him that didn't have any real repercussions in terms of for the accuser who was lying.
Yes, but also let me just say one thing, because I think that if you're a lady listening to this podcast, first of all, thank you. Second of all, there are a whole bunch of fucking shitty ass dudes out there that would do all the things that we're saying that these people were accused of, about that didn't do it. There are definitely plenty of dudes that did do shit like that. Those guys are pieces of shit. And no, they probably do get away with it, but they also don't deserve to get away with it. They need to be, have some sort of consequences for it. But when it comes to somebody that's innocent, then what the fuck? But, the guys that do it, fuck those guys. Absolutely. We are not on the sides of those people. They're pieces of shit, to be clear. But when it comes to like dudes that did not do these things, then you need to like open your heart a little bit and be like, hey, this guy got fucked over, and there needs to be some repercussions to the person that accused them. I don't know why well, I know why, but there should be laws against these things of like, accusing people of doing these things and not having any repercussions, especially when it comes to like, it really comes down to like, I'll just say it. Fuck it. I mean, it's mainly white women. Mm-hmm. Sorry, but also I'm not sorry.
That's true.
But it's mainly white women that can say these things that have no repercussions if their allegations are totally false. And there's nothing that anybody can do against them. Even, I mean, Johnny Depp is going against Amber Heard, but honestly, I don't have high hopes that he will get any sort of money out of her at all, and he's a white guy. So,
remember also there was that case again at the height of the movement, Aziz Ansari, where he didn't do shit wrong. He didn't do shit, but go on a date with a woman who was basically, according to her own fucking story, almost basically a groupie, and got accused of all kind of shit. Lost his own stand-up special on Netflix for a while. Had to go quiet. Was on hiatus. He had a whole bunch. He had another show on Netflix, Masters of None. I mean, his career was red fucking hot, and he got fucking torpedoed over nothing
because of maybe bad sex.
Maybe
that's the maybe bad sex. It definitely wasn't rape. Nothing like that. The height of this was the possibility of bad sex. In which case, okay, like, have you never had bad sex in your entire fucking life?
Yeah.
Like,
If the guy
goes both ways.
if the guy can't pussy, fuck ass, or fuck pussy really well, I mean, that's not a crime. You know what I mean?
Could be. No.
So
but
he has a
Rhino.
comedy special on Netflix now, and
Yeah,
he talks about it. Yeah, but he talks about how he got rid of social media and now he uses a flip phone. He has like an old
Hey,
like
man.
Motorola like flip phone where you have to like
Ninja.
punch
That's
3
because
times
that's
to
what
get-
he can afford right now because he's fucking broke.
Oh, well, he says that he uses it because it doesn't have apps.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, you can have a smartphone and just not download those apps.
He's not having a smartphone.
What?
You got a dumb phone.
He uses it on stage. He shows people this is my phone, and he has this whole comedy bit about how to text. You all remember how to text? You had to
Oh yeah,
you had to press 2 like 3 times to
You
get
can-
to one letter.
But
press C
honestly,
twice.
the old way to text was more safe because you could text while you were driving without actually taking your eyes off the road. If you knew where all the buttons were and all that shit, like which you should back in the day.
And then like the number 5 button had that little nipple on it, so you knew
the fuck
where.
you were.
You know where you were.
Yeah, you know, because
it gives you
like
a frame of reference.
yeah, because on your keyboard the home row, the
J
F and
and the
the
F and the
J
J.
has
There
a
you
little
go.
nipple.
The home row, bitches. What you know about the
you can
home
feel
row?
where you are, so you can always type in the dark.
I'm so mad at you for this nipple stuff.
Keyboard nipples, man.
Keyboard Nipples. That's the name of the podcast.
Yeah, man.
Keyboard
damn.
Nipples.
Oh, if that's the case, then titties were meant to be sucked.
Mm-hmm.
I
I got
mean,
a problem jizzing on top of the keyboard. I mean, it's an everyday thing. You know.
Hence,
The
this is
keyboards have
why
to be
you
where
use your
need to go.
phone for the podcast because your keyboard is too sticky. I clean that shit.
Fucking cock.
Yeah,
You're back.
yeah.
Be so loud though, old ninja. You really-
You be, I mean, bro, you be trying to yell at me all the time on Twitter, so I gotta fire back. I'm not just gonna sit there and take it. I gotta call you out in front of all of the world to see.
I know somewhere in my attic I have my old school Nokia. It was like the 3900 series or whatever, but it had a rotary keypad.
What the fuck?
What?
Yeah, it had a fucking rotary. Let me see if I can pull it up. It was and it was the first phone I had that had a camera, and it was like a 1.3 megapixel. Like this picture, I still have some of the images like on my storage drive, and they're fucking grainy as hell. It's like
That's hilarious.
it's like watching like an old CRT TV.
Yeah, I remember I had a Razor that had old ass fucking shit on it. It's pretty funny. Who added this? What's this Wisdom app? What is this?
I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is.
All right, we'll skip this because someone else put this on here.
All right, let me get to the biggest news of the fucking millennium. I hope y'all ready. I hope everybody's sitting fucking down.
There we go.
On Friday, the God of Dirty Sprite returns. Future's dropped a new album, and guess what it's fucking called, y'all?
Nobody cares.
I never liked you. How petty is this going to be? The Toxic Kings have won. Clearly, all day.
Bro, you are severely misguided. Future is nothing but a fuckboy. He's literally Black Pete Davidson. He ain't nothing special. You worship this dude like he's some kind of cult leader. He ain't shit. He's just another fuckboy. He be crying. He literally wrote rhymes to Steve Harvey about his daughter because he lost her to Michael B. Jordan. And then he said in one of the rhymes that I don't even want her. But then he says, well, I'll take her back if she's like available in a roundabout sort of way. So, dude, he's crying about this chick for months after Michael B. Jordan swooped up on her. This dude's just another fuckboy. He's like another bump in the road.
He gave us a classic phrase. She belongs to the motherfucking streets.
So check it out. This is the phone I was talking about. So this is the Nokia. What model is it? It's a 3600 series. But like,
it's a picture for those of you who are listening to this audio. We're seeing picture in picture.
Yeah.
Why is it? Hold on. For some reason, my browser isn't showing the browser I want it to. But it's over here.
You gotta re-up.
This better not be pick, man. This better.
What the hell?
It's gonna be a dildo. Watch. See? It's nothing.
I can't see shit.
Well, no, for some reason it keeps showing the podcast. It's not showing the right
Yeah,
browser.
it's not showing the thing, but
That's
still.
all right. That's all right.
Yeah,
So-
your boy Future, whatever. I'm not expecting this to do big numbers.
It's
I
gonna,
just expect. I don't know if he's gonna have more quotable lines. Doubtful.
gonna be
I think
gonna debut at #1. I guarantee it.
Drake has more quotable lines. I'm just saying.
Drake is all over the album. You know they did a duet album.
Yeah, but I figured Drake's the one that delivers the line that people keep quoting. It ain't your boy Dirty Shoe or whatever.
Dirty Sprite.
Dirty Fanta, whatever the fuck you be calling him.
Fuck, how
Dirty Purple Drink.
How dare you? This is why you can't go to the after parties. That's what.
Oh, this dude. I don't give a fuck.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be outside the after party screaming like fuck all of y'all. Fuck boys.
About to get arrested like a motherfucker.
Blue, are you still trying to work out your thing?
I don't know what
What's
Blue's doing. Blue's in
Yeah,
the
it's okay. Here it is. Here we go. So this is the phone I was talking about.
Oh shit!
This is
rotary.
This phone, it had a fucking rotary.
I remember those phones.
This shit was dumb as hell for the reason why I had this rotary phone. But this phone had a fucking camera, and I was like, I need this fucking phone. And back then, Nokia's was a fucking phone to have, and
What is
this
that?
was like.
Is that 01, 02, 2000? What year is that?
Shit, fuck, I don't even know. Like, maybe 2002-ish. Like,
Did the pad really rotate?
God damn.
No, it doesn't rotate. It's just gonna rotate a circular pattern instead of it being like
Okay.
your normal fucking left. Your
Yeah,
1, 2,
super
3,
weird.
4, 5, 6.
Dude, I remember when Palm tried to like take over. I had a Palm. It wasn't Pilot. There's one before the Pilot. It was just like huge. It was like this little brick, and it came with a stylus, and it had like this weird monitor screen. But it had the whole keyboard on there, and it's fucked up because the keys were metallic. So if you press too hard, the button would get stuck underneath the like frame of the phone. So it's like fuck. It was hella funny. But it was in color, so that was cool.
Good shit. Here's what I was gonna say. We haven't talked about any game in a minute.
What are you talking about?
Kronos, you sat back down. What you gaming on? Are you still on that Tiny Tina?
That I am. Tiny Tina's Wonderland has been fantastic. What's really cool about it is the end game. You do a thing called the Chaos Chamber, which is honestly it's pretty cool. It's one of the best end games for Borderlands ever, as far as I'm concerned, because it's almost like a rogues-like game at the end, where you go into like a Chaos Chamber and it's all randomized and you do randomized shit, and at the end you can like spend like this certain kind of money to like buy legendary shit. And every time I've gone through it, I've gotten something better than what I had, and I already have like really good shit. So, and you can like, as you're playing every single level that you play, you can spend money to make like the levels harder, or just automatically make it harder through like making choices. And it's a really cool way to extend the playability of the game beyond like DLCs, because I'll be playing this even if they make like 6 DLCs. I'll probably still be playing the Chaos Chamber, only because of like the almost guaranteed I'm gonna get something better than what I had aspect of it. And what's cool about it is like, so at the end of like, so a Chaos Chamber is basically, it's all randomized levels for like, I think it's like 6 or more levels like in a row. It's all randomized. Like, there's different objectives on what you have to do in the levels besides just like killing shit if you want to get extra shit. And at the end, when you like beat everything, you have like all this like certain kind of money that you get inside the Chaos Chamber to use towards buying whatever you want to buy. So at the end, you get like a chest that usually has at least one legendary one legendary item in there. And then along the sides of you is like every single one of like your items. So you have like SMGs, pistols, rifles, shotguns, rings, wards, which are shields, all the other things. It's like 6 things that you have alongside of you. And you can take the money that you have and you can like fill them up full of like 500 of these like money to like get more legendary shit. And so usually at the end I have at least 15,000 or more, sometimes 20,000 or sometimes 2,000 or more. And you get like really good shit out of it, and you can play like the game even longer. So yeah, to me, I think that Wonderlands is like one of the best Borderlands to me. It almost beats. It kind of beats 3 for me. It's not as long as 3, but as far as like the gameplay changes goes, it's better than 3 because it took like the sliding. Because like one of the main mechanics that they took, there was 2 main mechanics that they added in for Borderlands 3. It was sliding and mantling. Well, mantling is like when you jump up and you can like climb on something. That was like the 2 main changes for the gameplay for Borderlands 3. Wonderlands has that, but they also added in like the spells, and the spells are like they basically replaced grenades with spells, and it's a huge deal because it's regenerative, and like depending on how your play style is, if you want to play just guns blazing, then you can like make your whole gun. Yeah, you can make your whole fucking character just towards like gunplay, but if you want to like make it more towards like spell playing, like right now I'm a dead shot, so I'm basically a Graveborn and a spell shot. It's the combined character is called a dead shot because you can pick 2 different classes in the game. Okay. And so for me, I can dual wield spells while I'm shooting.
Oh shit!
And I'm kind of like I'm sort of a glass cannon, but not really because I'm a Graveborn. So when I have like dark damage, it like gives me my health back, and I have like this fucking crazy ass sword where if I like slash somebody, it shoots out 3 fucking crazy ass flying electric birds that for whatever damage they do, it gives me back that damage in shields and melee and my health. So it's really fucking hard to kill me at this point in time in the game because like if I'm like down on health, I just keep like I'll switch to like a fucking dark damage gun plus my sword and like use that. And that's another thing that's different about the game is like in the other games when you melee attack, it was just like some bullshit. But in this one, like a melee attack is like that's an item that you can get, and you can also customize sort of by like using like a thing called you can mess with like I forget what the name is called, but there's like a way you can like you can spend money to like make your weapons better. So it's really I wish you guys were fucking playing it because we'd have a lot of fun playing it because.
Probably it's a game we're sleeping on.
Yeah, like for real, it's a really good game. The first DLC so far isn't that great, but the rest of the game is great, and the Chaos Chamber is like it's endless fun so far.
Well, that's cool thing about the Borderlands games. They're usually pretty fun and kind of they're inventive with their creativity, especially when it comes to guns. Like even though you think you got the best gun, you continue playing like, oh, this gun is better than this gun. What the fuck?
Yeah, this one goes it goes overboard. Like. There's a gun that I have that doesn't do that much damage. It's an SMG, but it does dark damage. But it's a T-door. It's their version of T-door weapons. Mm-hmm. So what happens is like I can shoot this thing out. Every fucking shot that I hit you with gives me back life. And then once I run out of bullets, or I just reload, I throw the fucking weapon in the air and it turns into this fucking crazy ass bat that just fucking it finds anything that's out there and just like starts killing it. And as it's killing it, it gives me more life back. And then also, if I kill anything, wherever it died, a Hydra pops out and it starts doing more damage to everything. That's also dark damage. It gives me life back up to 3 times. So it's like really crazy, like how much shit I have going on the screen, like with this build that I have right now.
That's fucking cool.
Yeah, I love the game.
I'm gonna try to get that over the summer, man.
Well, it's interesting. I guess after you pass the game, the room that you were talking about, it made me think of there was a game on the PSP called Coded Arms, where like every level was fucking different. So even if you died in one level, you play a level again, it'd be a whole different fucking game. But as you progress in the game, it was a first person shooter. Every time you progress in the game, the enemies got harder and harder. And I think once you got to like a level 100, like it was almost impossible to go any fucking higher. But I guess there are some guys who was able to get a little bit higher in the game, but. That game was a lot of fucking fun on the PSP.
Yeah, this one I remember that game too. Yeah, this one is like it's sort of similar, but there's like a limit. Like obviously you beat the chamber and you beat it, but it's like all the bosses that you beat in the game, they come back in the Chaos Chamber with like more complications, and it gets crazy. And you can make it harder. Like anytime you want to make the any level harder to get like more points and like money out of it, you can. And you can like get a lot of money out of this shit and like get a lot of legendaries out of it. So yeah, they definitely fixed an issue like at the end of Borderlands. So this is what happens. if you never played Borderlands before, Borderlands is great. But once you beat it and you just bought the game, there isn't a lot to do besides like some side quests that you probably didn't want to do to begin with. That's why you didn't beat them to begin with, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, but in this one, when you beat the game, the Chaos Chamber becomes available immediately. So you can keep playing the Chaos Chamber up until like the DLC comes out. The next DLC comes out, and it's endless fun. So, yeah.
Dude, I'm sold, man. I do love Borderlands. I'm definitely gonna pick it up this summer. No
What
later than that.
what? Hold on. What the fuck? Are you still playing Elden
Dude,
Ring?
I haven't fucking beat it.
Do you have bitches yet?
I have no fucking bitches. No
You're
fucking
still
date.
maidenless.
I'm still maidenless. I'm lowly tarnished, man.
I almost want to play this game just so I can surpass where the fuck you're at right now. Just so I can shit all over you.
Dude,
Damn.
pick it up. Pick it up.
Just so you can Emily Rose or what's her name? Fuck, I fucked it up.
Amber Heard.
What's the girl? Amber Heard. Just so you can Amber Heard them.
Just show up and shit on him. Just be like and then dip.
Yeah, they nerfed Melina, so hopefully I can get her. Did Old Ninja, you still on that Star Wars Lego?
Oh yeah, man, dude. This game is ridiculously long. It's like 3 games in one. So you have like the episodic stuff, which is 9 episodes, which roughly is about 90 minutes to 2 hours over each episode.
Oh.
And then each world has their own mission, a whole bunch of missions. There's a bunch of stuff on there that'll make, like, you'll be running around. Sometimes there's a couple of fetch quests, which are quote unquote side missions, I guess. And then you have to complete that world. You have to complete the world and its space area. So in space, you either have to like take out a base or like take out like conflict areas. Usually it unlocks a ship or a character or whatever. And then there's like free play, because in free play, if you're like, trying to collect all the mini kits and do all this stuff, like get the little bar that they do across where you collect enough studs and it gives you like a mini kit and a bonus. You have to play through the episode first, then go back to play free play, but you need to unlock certain characters in order to do everything. So it's like this huge game, and there's like, I want to say 28 to 32 worlds. So you're doing space and land missions per world. Some of the worlds have 3 land areas, not missions, areas that have like 15 to 20 things to do. So it's like ridiculously long. I can't imagine like a bunch of kids sitting. I mean, I guess if you're doing couch play, maybe they're going to sit and come over once a weekend and play or whatever, but it's a really long game. But it's extremely fun. What I've been playing most recently is No Man's Sky. So No Man's Sky had another update about 3 weeks ago.
I haven't played a game since I found out it was shit.
It's a way different game now. It's totally different. I mean, it looks the same, but when you play, the mechanics are way different. A lot more shit that you can do. They have what they call expeditions, which usually lasts about a month. So you can get exclusive stuff. So there's stuff that you can only get by completing the expedition. The cool thing is when you beat it, you can take the rewards and move it to any one of your save files. So any like playthrough you have in the game, you can take your rewards and put them on anything. For instance, like when they had the Normandy from Mass Effect, you can earn that as a frigate ship, and no matter what save you have, you can add that shit to whatever fleet that you got.
It's funny you're talking
so
about
they've
this.
been doing that. What's up?
It's funny you're talking about it because like I cannot find. I'm showing this on the screen, but I can't find my fucking case for this. And like the back of it is like, I don't know if you can tell, but it's like crazy dusty.
Oh, I can see it's all dirty. There's fucking fingerprints. There's blood on there. What the fuck?
I have like no choice because I don't know what the fucking case is. I need to buy like a CD cleaner so I can clean the fucking Blu-ray because I want to like play, but I know like right now there's like this is not gonna play.
Yeah,
this is not.
I mean, I guess
your console.
The closest thing is microfiber. You can use microfiber on that.
No, I mean, I can, but I also
Windex.
I need to get no.
Hey, treat it like a Nintendo cartridge, just
blowing up.
But yeah, it's been super crazy. So in this expedition or with this current update, they added squadrons, so you can add like random aliens to your squadrons.
Can't you be a pirate too? Why you like half stepping?
Yes, you can be a pirate if you choose to be. So I was going to get to that in a minute, but you can add people to your squad. So if you're under attack, you can call in your squad, and your squad can hold up to four aliens or 4 people or whatever, and they can show up and help you defend or attack. So they have what they call outlaw systems now, where their systems taken over by pirates, and they have black market items there, and the items are like usually worth a lot. The problem is when you go to a accredited system or a normal system or a clean system, I think they call it. You can be subject to a random search and seizure type thing where they scan you. If you have
it's like you're black
market items, they give you the choice. Yeah, it's all bad.
I smell that marijuana in space.
Yeah, they give you the choice because I've been caught. They're like, hey, you have black market items. Do you want to? We can confiscate it and let you go.
I'm murdering everybody.
You can you can keep it, but we're gonna shoot you down. Or you can if you have what they call a conflict shit, it's like a get out of jail free card. If you don't have any of those, you got to either fight them or find your way to a station. Because if you try to land in the original game, if you landed or went to an atmosphere, everyone would break off of their attack. Now it doesn't matter. If you land and try to get out, they will shoot you on the ground and they will call in reinforcements.
Is this South Central?
Yeah, it's like, I mean, you're an outlaw. You're considered an outlaw. So it's crazy. You can be an outlaw and like they give you missions. So they give you missions for piracy. Like you can shoot down whole fleets, take out carriers, hunt other pirates. What's the other one? Smuggle illegal goods, stuff like that. They give you all kinds of crazy kind of stuff. They have I guess they have like a leader that you're supposed to find. They're called the Voice of Freedom. Pretty funny, but there's a lot more stuff you can do. You can pirate, you can be, a good spacefaring alien, or they call you the anomaly. But you can choose how you want to play. You can be reckless and shoot everybody, or you can, help other people out or whatnot. It's actually been a lot of fun. They give you new stuff to build. You can build underwater bases. You can build mechs.
Hold on, I got a question though. Seriously, do they give you a bat? And just in case a woman is over 200 pounds and she might be getting a little bit lippy. I'm just saying.
I'm trying to think. I think there's something.
A game recognized game, Grandpa.
I'm trying to think. I think you do get something similar to a bat.
You know what's sad? It's like I don't even remember the premise of this fucking game. I just think every time I do this game, I just think about going onto a planet and just fucking chopping plants and digging rocks.
The premise of the game was highly controversial. Like. They, I think his name was it Douglas Murray? Something Murray. He made it seem like there was infinite possibilities in this game, and it was not sold correctly. Like, definitely, there was a lot of shit to do, but also not a lot of shit to do, because there's definitely an end game. You can say you have 13 trillion planets in a universe, but if 13 trillion planets have nothing to do on them except for, like, mining shit, then is it really that entertaining? My argument is no. So when it first came out, it was like that. But then they fixed it. So they did something that is very rare in the world on Earth, is actually fix a product after it came out and like made it better. This is Sonic territory. All right. Actually, no, it's better than Sonic territory because the game came out and it was shit. It seemed really cool for like the first maybe like 3 hours. Then you're like, oh, this is all the same.
Yeah, it gets repetitive quick, but now
they've
different.
Yeah, they definitely went above and beyond to like fixing their product. And honestly, like I wish that more games. I mean, definitely don't do this. Don't take like this route of like making a shit game and then fixing it afterwards. But like, take your time to make a decent game. But if you do have a shit game that comes out, definitely go this route and like fix it. Take the time. Because look at No Man's Sky. Like they've definitely created a whole new audience for their game and their whole production studio off of like just fixing shit. And they've not only have they fixed shit, but they've improved upon the game immensely. Like the game is probably not even exaggerating, probably like 500% better than what it was when it first came out.
What's crazy is this game came out in 2016. That was 6 fucking years ago. Like, holy shit, this game is old. This game is old.
Yeah, I guess in terms of video games, it's kind of old. But I mean, it feels like a whole different game. Right now, if you booted it up now, it would feel like a whole different game. When you start first off, you'll get the exploring thing, but it gives you'll get communications about what do you want to do. Do you want to learn about piracy? Do you want to go to the center of the universe? Do you want to help people out? Do you want to be a pirate?
Do you want to shit on Johnny Depp's bedroom? You know,
do you want to? Do you want to beat up big ladies with a bat? Like, it gives you options. Like, as soon as you're able to leave a planet, you start getting options on what you can do. Do you want to build a base? Just all kinds of shit.
How many butt plugs that are exploding are in this game?
No, that's the wrong question, Prodigy. How many butt plugs did it sit on to give you kung fu powers? That's the question.
Wait, so actually, it's funny that we're talking about this because right now on the PlayStation Store, the No Man's Sky is on sale for 50% off for the PS5. So you can get it for $30.
I'm pretty sure there's a free.
It's $30.
30?
Yeah, it's $30.
Holy
it's
shit.
$60 if you were to buy it straight up.
I think both me and Prodigy are thinking about this the wrong way. People were paying full price for the game before.
And this sale literally just dropped today.
So this.
Actually, no. It ends today.
Okay, yeah. Sorry. People were paying full price for the game. So I mean, they're probably doing a good job, man.
Yeah,
I seen shocked too, and I thought about it.
Yeah, it's a cross-platform game now. Before it wasn't, so you can play with all kinds of people.
At least on Wiki, it's showing that they actually have pretty good reviews now. Like like sevens and mainly the 7s, 6 and 7s as far as ratings go, which I think is better because that first playthrough was like, okay, I'm digging for rocks and the oxygen level is bad here, so I got to keep my helmet on and I can't go too far from my spaceship, but I can't build any fucking thing. I'm just digging rocks.
Yeah, there's a lot of issues now, but they've helped a lot of people get out of pitfalls from that, and it's cool because now you can actually play with other people and people can give you stuff to help you or show you spots. There's a lot of tricks now in the game. You can teleport to different worlds if you can find the portal on each world. Every world has a portal. There's a ton of stuff you can do in the game. Hours of, kind of a relaxing kind of day. It's not super intense. I mean, if you want, you can make it intense for yourself if you wanted to, but it feels more like you play how you want to type of game. Like, if you want to be all balls out, you can. If you want to be exploring, you can do that. If you want to help people out, be a team player, you can do that too.
Sorry. Real quick, I said it was Douglas Murray. The guy's name is Sean Murray.
Sean Murray, yeah.
Yeah.
If you came up with a whole different name, I'm like, man, you're way off. But
his last name was Murray.
At least for last name.
Yeah, he was close. So yeah, those are the two games: Star Wars, the Skywalker Saga, great game. Right now, that's solid 9 for me. Nice. And then No Man's Sky, the remix of the double remix is it's been an attention getter so far. There's only 2 I'm playing recently.
All right, let's go. I was gonna wrap it up. Go ahead, Blue.
Well, no, I was thinking about like the games I've been playing. Like I've been mainly playing. I'm still playing Forbidden West, but I forgot I downloaded, like, I think back in December. PlayStation Store had like a fucking fire sale. Like a lot of games were like 20, 30. No, actually not even. They were like 60, 70% off.
Free $99. Just say it. Free $99.
Yeah, like they were basically free $99. And I bought the DLC for fucking Maneater. I have to play it.
Oh, I started that too. Yeah.
The first game was so fucking fun. I need to play the second one. I think I have it on the PS5 too. But I need to play that fucking game because the first one was just that was a hidden fucking gem, man.
It was underrated. Yeah, I remember. I think you got me to buy that game, and super underrated.
I didn't even know where I saw that. Like, I don't remember what triggered me to get that game. I was like, this was fun as fuck.
Wait, wasn't it? I think it was before I got my PS5, but I thought you guys downloaded it because it was a free game, right?
Yeah, it was. That's what it was. It was a free PSM game. I downloaded for that. And I was like, let me just check out this shark game. And I started playing it. I was like, holy shit. You start off a little shark and you're in the bayou and just fucking up little turtles and fishes, catfishes here and there, and all of a sudden you're fighting a goddamn alligator. Then later on you're fighting goddamn dolphins and killer whales, and it's like, whoa, this game fucking went from 0 to 100 real goddamn quick.
Honestly, I'm thinking about it. There's one way they could have made the game like way better. Is that when you're a baby, they could have played the baby shark like song as your baby shark as you're eating everything.
That's so crazy. Oh, the other game that I was playing is I went back to Back for Blood. I think all of us have it.
Yeah.
But Back for Blood has DLC.
Oh, they dropped it finally.
Yeah, they dropped DLC on the 14th. So I've actually played. They have like basically they call them they're basically dungeons.
They call them shit. All right.
No, they call them like hives. They call them hives, which are dungeons. So on a normal level, whoever has the DLC in your party will give you access to these hives and also the new characters. So if someone in your party has a DLC, you can pick any of the new characters. And then the hive is like this huge dungeon area with like fleshy vines and shit. You have to fight a bunch of bosses. You're supposed to survive and collect these like golden hammers when you get out of the hive.
Like Wreck-It Ralph?
There's 4 of them. Yeah. What?
I feel like Wreck-It Ralph. I can fix it. Ding ding.
Yeah. Well, no, they're bigger than that, but you have to survive the hive and make it out with these hammers. The problem is the hammer replaces it takes away one of your weapons. So you have to use it as a weapon, which is fine, but you got to get close. It takes a second to smash, but it's really been really interesting. It's really easy to get lost in the hive because it's like this weird labyrinth of tentacles and tendrils and stuff. It's been pretty crazy. I played, I think, last week or whatnot. So it's been pretty fun so far. And it's just the first of the many planned DLCs, apparently.
Yeah, I got the season pass, so I'll have to download it.
Yeah, I got.
Oh yeah. If you have it, you definitely need to check it out.
All right. Let's wrap it on up, guys. Blue, what you got populating this week? God damn it.
Yeah, man, big event happening this weekend. It's your boy Blue's birthday. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Another year around the sun. Know what I'm saying? Turn the big shit. What am I?
43?
He forgot. He was damn.
43, right?
Yeah, you get old, you forget. But yeah, just I don't hang out with friends. Not just having a good fucking time. What else was there? Oh, there's an app I've discovered that I want to talk about on a podcast. Just a quick little brief overview of it. It's called Superfood. It's an app, but it's also a website, so superfood.com. And basically what this app can do, sorry, not sponsored, whatever, but I just think the app is super fucking helpful if you're either a bachelor or a family and you don't know what to fucking cook. So basically, this app, you put in all the ingredients or foods that you have inside your house right now. So anything you have seasoning in your pantry, which you have in your refrigerator.
I had this. Hold on, before you say this whole thing.
Sure.
I had this idea back in 2003. But go ahead, tell the rest of the thing. I already know what you're gonna say. Yeah. But yeah.
So basically, you put in all the ingredients that you have in your house, and it basically gives you a list of recipes that you can make from this. And it's not just recipes that they are providing. They scour the internet to find these recipes, which is fucking kind of cool. So like everything in my house right now, I can make like over 30,000 different type of recipes, and it's anything from like breakfast, lunch, desserts. They cover keto. They cover if you're vegan, if you're a vegetarian, like all this shit's fucking covered, and it's fucking great. Like actually,
Blue, what if you're a cannibal?
That's done it. Sorry, you're out. If you're a cannibal,
God damn it.
Sorry, you're out. Jeffrey Dahmer, you're out. If you like dark meat, you're out. But like it has like barbecue recipes. Like they search internet for recipes and they provided it to you, and everything's like rated and there's like scores and stuff like that. So it's pretty fucking cool. And like you can make like a grocery list. So like say like you run out of things, you can make your own grocery list. But like say like this is the recipe that you're like missing one ingredient for. It's like, hey, you can make this if you had this ingredient. And I don't know. They have something similar to this for making like cocktails, so we can put all that how you have your house. And it'll tell you like all the different kind of drinks you make. And I was like, oh, they should have this for food. But yeah, this site Superfood. It's a site that you can use, but it's also an app that you can download. You can do the same fucking thing. But so far, like I've used it like 4 times already. I'm like, wow, like the recipes are really good. They're pretty easy. Like you can actually, so say like you're like, hey, I want a dish that the main thing is chicken. You put in there the key ingredient is chicken, and it'll just show you a list of recipes that you can make that have chicken in it of the ingredients you have in your house. Say if you want to make something that's fast and simple, you can select like, hey, I want something I can make in 30 minutes and only use like 3 ingredients. Bam. If say you only have fucking top ramen, I even looked this up. say you only had top ramen in your fucking house, it will show you all the different kind of cool shit you can make with top ramen.
What if you got bottom? What if you got bottom ramen?
If you got fucking,
it's a whole different
buku
thing.
Booty. But it's like I just think I just wanted to share because I found this app, and I just figured like, yeah, this is something that people should know about because I don't even know how long they've been around, but it's a very cool app to check out.
What's the name of the app?
Superfood. That's superfood.com, our Superfood app, and I think it's on both Android and Apple. But other than that, my kids keep getting older. He's getting bigger. He's walking. He's talking. It's really cute when you do peekaboo because he doesn't get the concept down. Instead of covering his eyes, he covers his ears. It's like, what the hell? That's not how that works.
That's Hiraboo.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just crazy. The kid just keep getting bigger, and like he graduated out of his because we have like this little bathtub that we give him a bath in that he's had since he was fucking born. But like he's too big for it now. Like he'll stand out of it and like fucking like try to crawl out of it. It's like, okay, you need to just be in a regular bathtub. So like, yeah, we're trying to adjust, and we're working on him kicking the bottle. I mean, Dad should probably kick the bottle, but yeah, we're trying to get him to kick the bottle first because he's older now. He knows how to use a sippy cup. I bought him so the bottles that we have for him. There's like a basically a conversion that you can make it into a sippy cup. So we're moving away from the bottles, going to sippy cups. I mean, he knows how to drink out of a regular cup. If I give him a cup with a straw, he knows how to drink out of it. So it's like, okay, you're done with the bottles. Let's you've grown now. Let's put some hair on the chest. But yeah, I continue to love being a dad. It's so much fucking fun.
That's awesome, man.
That's great. But yeah, birthday Saturday. Whoop, whoop.
Good shit, man. Happy birthday. Kronos, what you got?
Yeah, I'm still packing the house up, packing the infinity base up. That's why you can see like more in the background. It's a little neater because shit's in boxes. You'll see the comic book boxes. Those boxes grow, but those are, like I said before, those are not the actual like. Those are like the stray boxes. Can I? Oh, you can sort of see it. Like if you look
against the wall
over there, those are that's 5, 6
columns?
across, 5 up and down of short boxes.
Damn.
So yeah. Anyway, beyond that, I'm just the house is getting painted. We are remodeling the whole house, but the outside's getting done right now with the repairing of the outside, so some repairs and like painting, and then they're gonna landscape. Then after we move, we're gonna do the remodel on the inside. So yeah, we got a lot of shit going on right now. We're just trying to get through all of it. I need to sell one of my cars because it's gonna be a car I'm gonna miss, my Roadster, but I gotta sell it. So I don't really give a shit to who right now. Probably for cheap. I think I'm just gonna sell it to a small guy because he said he was interested. So I'm like, all right, whatever. Because right now, honestly, the car's worth like kind of a lot, but it's not in like great repair. It runs, but I'll just take whatever at this point in time. Yeah, I'm just like I just need to get rid of it, and probably my VFR too. I need to get rid of that as well. Actually, Blue, if you want to just take it for a while, you can take it if you want.
Oh shit!
You want me to, I'll bring it over to you if you want. I'll put a new battery in it and take it over to you, and we'll sign the title over to you. Yeah.
I've driven the VR because I think you were. No, I had my 636, and we swapped bikes for.
That was my BMW. Yeah, that's way different.
Yeah, that was a BMW. Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I was gonna say for the M Roadster, like I've been jonesing to fucking drive a stick. Like I was like, I wonder if Kronos will let me borrow his car just for the sweetest and I just to go for a quick little drive around in a convertible just to.
I mean,
get away.
I can, if you want.
Every time that car has been driven, something's fucking happened to it.
No, I mean it's I've driven it like recently and it's fine. Like it's sort of clicky, but you could drive it if you want to drive it again. You can drive it again. I just gotta. It's not gonna pass smog right this second because there's something wrong with the math, which I gotta figure out. But you could definitely drive around with her, and it's not gonna leave you stranded. So, anyway, Yeah, just getting in the whole thing of like moving and shit like that and other stuff. So yeah, that's all I got.
Good shit, old ninja.
I don't even fit my motorcycle gear still.
For me, I just have like a little. I had like a little fever the other day, so I'm just gonna be chilling.
Wait, hold on.
And
Did you need more cowbell?
It's
a good joke.
I hope not. I'm probably just gonna be chilling at the house, maybe resting a bit. I will definitely be playing some No Man's Sky and more Lego Star Wars. I didn't get a chance to talk about it, but I've been watching season 2 of Superman and Lois. So they're still going on right now. Yeah, series is. I mean,
some money on that show.
I feel like everyone that watches it, they want to hate on it so bad, but the writing's so good that it's just like, well, fuck. It's actually pretty decent.
It's like I don't like the actress who plays Lois.
Yeah, I've actually never liked her. She's in Grimm, and Grimm was one of my like all-time favorite shows, but I hated her on that show. I don't like her in this show either. There's something about her. I don't like the way she performs.
It's her eyes. That's what it is.
Oh yeah, because she has a wonky eye, but that's still. Yeah. I feel like she's not the right kind of Lois Lane, really. But it's fine. I mean, it's just it works for the show, so to speak. But the Superman overall has been really good. So
it's a great show. I'm not one to talk, but I will say Terry Hatcher being as bad as she was as Lois Lane is a fucking high bar to fucking meet, even years later.
Yeah, well,
Lois and Superman is, Lois and Clark is really good. If you go back and watch it on HBO Max right now, it's a good rewatch.
Yeah, I'm just watching Superman and Lois. I think the latest episode should now be on the CW app. If you missed it. But yeah, it's been really good. They brought in a character that I didn't think they'd even do, but then again, they've already done it on Supergirl, but it's way better executed on Superman and Lois. Way better. So there's a lot of twists and turns. They brought back Jenna Downs, is Channing Tatum's ex-wife. She reprises her role as Lucy Lane.
Fine.
Yeah, she's cool. She's kind of Amber Hearded out on the show. So
she's shitting on beds.
All bad. Pretty kind of a little bit. But yeah, I've been watching that, and then I'm just gonna be chilling, gaming a little bit. It's been a little warm in the Bay, but probably gonna just sleeping a lot, getting some rest or whatnot. So yeah, that's kind of it for me.
Cool.
All right, more butt plug movies. For me, shout out to looks like the Warriors won. They're moving on in their series. So
A's won.
Who are the Warriors? Man, sir, what's going on here?
So yeah, this is one of my favorite times of year, just in terms of watching some more NBA basketball and all that. But I'm just gonna really be focused on like enjoying the fact that I'm not working 90, 100-hour weeks anymore, which is fucking awesome. Catching up on comics. Kronos, tell the audience what you just posted on the screen.
Sorry,
that's important.
This is actually for Blue.
I busted when you showed it.
This is for Blue. This is actually Blue's comic. I'm giving it to him. This is the variant of it's a Flashpoint Beyond Zero. So apparently Thomas Wayne is still around. So I got a bunch of these actually. Like this is the original. I actually have 2 of these. So if one of you guys want this one, let me know and I'll give it to you guys because
cool.
This is like the original. I have one for myself already. This is the variant. This one's going to Blue, and it's a Flashpoint Beyond.
I buy both of them off of you.
And there's actually one that I read today. It's of the White Knight Beyond, and it's like a whole different like universe of Batman, where Bruce. If you read the White Knight, you'll see how like the Joker kind of like fooled Gotham into him being like a good guy and then getting killed, and Bruce Wayne going to jail, and then there's like a whole different storyline of like Terry getting the Batman Beyond suit on behest of Powers. I forget the guy's first name. But yeah, there's like a whole, like the Batman universe has been like fucking crazy for like a while, and it's been like really fucking good. Like I said, I was not a Batman like big fan until like after the New 52, and then it was just like they have not stopped with like hit to hit to hit fucking storylines so far, and this is like another one, hit to hit to hit. So yeah, I'll give this one to Blue, the variant of Thomas Wayne. This is, if you are not familiar, this is Thomas Wayne Batman, the one that I'm showing, and Blue was
motherfuckers die.
Yeah, Blue was Thomas Wayne one year for Halloween.
That's right.
Yep.
Yeah, that's why I picked it up. So like, I saw it and I was like, all right, I'm gonna get this for Blue. So I'll drop it off to you. We'll exchange for shit. So yeah.
Good shit. All right, old ninja, take us on out. Goddammit.
All right. You just experienced Black and White.
Wait.
Oh, here we go.
Here it is.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, he's showing it. Yeah, the Thomas Wayne.
Thomas Wayne.
Yeah.
I literally
Go grab.
There you go.
He ran to go grab it.
No, it was in my closet, but I literally took a this is Batman the animated series. This is a costume that you could buy like from it's a nylon thing that you can just wear. But I literally painted this on here. This is paint. I painted the Batman logo to make it the Thomas Wayne one. Like I brought like gear and stuff and spray. This is literally like this is my first cosplay, to be honest.
Yep.
Like legit cosplay where I actually customize my costume myself. So
It's
just
just
throwing that out there.
He's real with it. All right, old ninjas.
All right. Once again, you just experienced Black and Black times Infinity.
Infinity.
Check us out anywhere and everywhere you consume your podcast with Bees and BTI. It's BTHANBTI. Anywhere you listen to whatever kind of podcast and whatnot, we're everywhere.
B is in
If you don't know already, we go live every Wednesday, 8:30 Pacific-ish time. On YouTube, you can join us in the chat because you can chat with us live, ask us questions or whatnot, and try not to be a dick. You can email us at beesandbti@gmail.com. We have a Discord and let you in. Check out our official website, benhatproduction.com/beesandbti.
God-given genius of science. Man at last.
Skeeter.
In penetrating further and further into the unknown
Keyboard Nipples.
vastness of space. Yet many questions remain unanswered.